See, autofill actually is good because it knows what I want to do. So.
Oh, you like autofill?
Sometimes, yes.
It's not autoplay.
That's right.
Do you find actually what do you use to write when you're writing your stories and
Google
novels
Docs.
and things? Okay, yeah, because I've had to move on to Google Docs because I've found trying to type anything in Word now. I mean, okay, I wouldn't say my spelling is atrocious, but everything's underlined, and it's like you can correct this sentence, you can make this sound better, and you can do that, and it's like, can I just write just for the sake of writing?
Fuck off. No, I hear you. I turn off autocorrect. I do have it underlined stuff that I'm spelling wrong, but that's because I'm fastidious about it, and I'm not trying to I'm really not trying to brag here, but like it very rarely underlines stuff unless it's a proper name or something.
Never gets anything wrong. Anyway, come on. Let's get going.
Okay. I am now recording. Here we go.
Sorry, Stu, do you feel left out? What do you use when you write?
Not for children.
A pen.
So if you're listening and you're under the age
quill.
of 18,
A big
turn the
biro.
show off, you piece of shit.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
Oh, baby, here we go. Come on, let's do it.
Welcome yo to the veteran gamers. Juju, Ginny, other fellas will tell you about every single game that you're playing this week. News, reviews, and an indie pick. Stu's story time and Chinny's game breakers. Here comes Duke with the soundbite
You're gonna get
savior.
nowhere with that.
It's the veteran gamers. It's the veteran
The sound
gamers.
effect can never be overused.
Veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers.
Everyone laugh at the funny joke. Ha ha!
Switch that console off before you have to press repeat, yo.
There's a line between entertaining and annoying.
No, that's a myth.
Hello, oh bloody hell, Fire, we're so close. Hello and welcome to episode 861 of the Continuum podcast. Oh, I mean, Veteran Games.
Oh, okay.
Welcome, everybody. 861. I'm Duke.
I'm Stu.
And I'm Kyle.
Oh, man, we had a new normal, and then it got fucked up, and now we got a different normal now. But that's
I
okay.
know it's a new normal.
Yeah, we got all kinds of different normals. Kyle is here filling in for Ben, who's filling in for Chinny. So welcome, Kyle. And next week we'll have both Ben and Kyle filling in for me and Chinny.
Hopefully. He hasn't agreed to it yet. I haven't asked him, but you know.
Oh, right. Sorry,
I'm fingers. I've got everything crossed here, Kyle. Everything's crossed.
Who's going
Even
to
my
operate
balls
everything?
are crossed.
Stu's going to learn how to use OBS in a week.
No. Well, I haven't actually approached Ginny yet. I'm trying to keep it on the down low.
Oh.
But hopefully Ginny will host
It's not
it
that hard,
and just
dude.
leave it going.
Even if you just put it on the... Just put the Zoom on the
yeah,
OBS.
but I've got to do stuff and mess around.
What do you think we do every week?
week? I know, but he can just set it going and then he just. can
What
go
else
off
does
and
he
do
have
baby
going
stuff.
on? Yeah.
Exactly. It'll be fine. I haven't asked him yet, but it'll be fine. Anyway, Cal, are you okay to cover again next week as an extra one?
Yeah, I think I should be. I mean, it's not really up to me, is it? So I will check with the missus.
Yeah, check with the
let
missus.
you know.
We should be able to let you off a few weeks then, hopefully, because hopefully Ben will be doing a few more weeks again.
I'll be here for real.
Fingers crossed. And
Have
Duke
we
will be
heard
back.
from Chinny? Is he okay?
I actually texted him this week just to soften him up a bit. I didn't mention the hosting thing. I just asked him how things were going.
Okay.
I'll tell you what he said actually. Just a minute. I have the text here.
Sorry, I just realized I wasn't showing the video on talk about not doing the show correctly.
So I said, "How's everything going? I hope all is well with new baby."
Yes.
And he put, "Yeah, all good. Baby is a month old already."
Oh, man.
people.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Month.
It's walking and she's talking.
Yeah, he
Not-
said,
not
"Good to
far
hear." I know. Good to hear Millie is back home, safe and sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's doing a scrapbook. Crying. And I put, "That's crazy. How quick does time go?" So how's adjusting to 2 kids? And his response was, "It's just survival mode at the moment with no checkpoints." So
I would expect so.
that's how
I had
it's
sent a
going.
picture of myself and the Duchess on a boat. More on that in a moment. And he wrote back, "Happy America Day." So he is somewhat responsive to the texting, which is nice. So
Okay. Well, I feel bad. I haven't texted him now.
you should feel bad. What is
Well,
wrong with
yeah,
you,
you
dude?
should.
God.
Yeah, you horrible person. feel
Or
like
not.
you should
Let's-
text him right
Let's
now.
not feel
Do it
bad
right
about
now.
things that aren't that big a
So
deal.
where are you?
Yeah. What's going on?
All right.
So, as I said, I have a story about being on a
My
boat.
favorite time.
Yeah, what's this
It's story
boat?
story time.
So-
Too much time with Ben.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, we have some friends of ours we just got back actually like half an hour ago from their 25th wedding anniversary, which doubled as the 50th birthday party for one of them. And to make it even more of a celebration weekend, they also rented a pontoon boat that went around the lake near where we live. And it's the 4th of July, so we were out on the lake while the fireworks were going on. And it was a very lovely experience. And we were able to, I could put a picture on the stream, but I'm not going to because I haven't got it set
So
up
were you
for
on it till it
images.
was dark then?
Yeah,
Because since
we
between the
went on
daylight-
around 6:30, and it got dark
Ah,
around
okay.
8 or 8:30, and then the fireworks started at 9:20 or 9:30, and then we stayed on it for about an hour, and it was interesting because the main city fireworks were over here, and then over here there was like the nearby community was doing their fireworks, and then over here there was another place doing. So there were like 5 different fireworks shows going on at the same time. So it was very interesting to be able to see all those different fireworks shows. Now, I got to be honest, as lovely as it was, and it was a very lovely evening. Shout out Colleen and John and Ray, and our friends Doug and Leave came back with their kids. They live in Colorado now, and I got to see some people I hadn't seen since college. Shout out to Meg and Alice, and shout out to Josh. And, well, Amy gets very seasick, so she couldn't join us. But anyway, it was great to see everybody. But I'll be honest, and this makes me a bad American, one of many things that makes me a bad American.
Uh-oh.
Hold
Uh-oh.
up. Make sure Trump's not listening.
Strap in, people.
Less of a
Here we
shit
go.
if he cares, if he hears. As for fireworks, like,
No one gives a shit.
I mean, look, it's stuff exploding and it's pretty. I like them for about 5 minutes. And then it's like,
That's the
okay,
point.
it's another circle of things going. And like, I've
So
never
what do you think?
been.
Here's a question.
Go
Here's a
ahead.
question. What do you think of the drone thing?
Those
Because
are
obviously-
at least those are a little more creative. They're a little more visually dynamic. Now they're not as impressive because they're not exploding. They're just robots moving around. But they do some cool stuff with the drones. I've seen some cool drone formations and presentations.
Have you seen when they do drones and fireworks?
Yeah.
Yeah, what about a combo?
I'm just honest. I don't. It's a spectacle, and I appreciate it. But even when I was a kid, my folks would take us. It was a big deal. We'd pack a picnic. There was this hill in town, and we'd go to the hill, and then with the fireworks, and I was just sitting there the whole time going, okay, most of these explosions look very similar to each other, and I'm supposed to be feeling some kind of way. But look, all of that is incidental. The real thing I would like to say is, what are we celebrating? We're celebrating 250 years of having kicked y'all's asses.
Yeah, you
So
are.
hooray
Yeah.
for
Do you know what, Duke?
What?
Do you know it was a big deal when I was sparklers and Catherine wheels.
Yeah,
they
sparklers.
were a big deal.
You know
when I
what?
was-
I always like sparklers because you can hold them and it's like flame, like not just fire, but like electric fire shooting off of your hands, and they'd get on you and be like, ah,
Exactly.
what is that? I don't know what a
And you
Catherine
fly
wheel
around
is, though.
really fast and you write your name.
Yeah,
draw
exactly.
Yeah, you
pictures.
do.
Yeah.
Or,
See, that's active.
if you're getting married, they can do some fancy shit with the cameras to slow everything down, so you can write
Exactly.
happy marriage and shit with sparklers. They do
Yeah, they
that.
slow down.
That's
the
a lot of
process
writing
speed.
happening.
Here,
marriage
I've got a
and
story, by the way. I have got a
Wait.
story
What's a
about
Catherine wheel?
a Catherine wheel. Right, a Catherine wheel, right? So when you were a kid, right, we used to buy these really shit fireworks in a box. I think they were called standard. I'm almost sure they were standard fireworks.
Apparently, there's
they were
also a
called.
band called Catherine Wheel.
And they were shit, right? And one of the fireworks you used to get in a standard set of fireworks was a Catherine wheel, which you nailed to a post.
Okay.
And then you set it on fire, and obviously it would spin. And it was like a rotating sparkler's probably the best way to describe a Catherine wheel. That's what it did. But we went to some friend's house like years ago for like bonfire night. And I think we had like burgers and sausages and stuff, like an indoor barbecue, if you will.
All right.
And he bought a shit box of fireworks, with the worst rocket you've ever seen in your life that went about, I don't know, 30 feet up and then exploded really badly. But it had Catherine wheel in the box. So he was like, oh, yeah, let's do the Catherine wheel now. So he nailed it to his shed, but he nailed it too hard. So when he set it on fire, it didn't spin, right? So, but what it did do was set his shed on fire, and that was better than the fireworks.
Well, that's a real spectacle
night.
now. Yeah. Awesome.
And he's like, shit, my shed's on fire. So then he's like running
Get
in
the
the house
water,
trying to
get
get a
the
jug of
water.
water to put it out.
Shit,
It was brilliant. It just like was fully burning.
They do some
hilarious.
odd things here, though. Like, I'm sure I used to live in Devon for a number of years, and I'm sure it's around like Ottery St. Mary or something on fireworks night. These guys run with like giant things of tar above their heads
What?
that are set on
What?
fire as well.
That seems like
Yeah,
a really
it's
bad
madness.
idea.
Yeah, that sounds really dangerous.
Yeah,
What is it?
it's not safe. But we've got a fireworks place down the road from us, and
Yeah.
they call it a nursery. It's not a nursery. You know, when I think 90% of your shop is fireworks and the other 10% is nursery,
It's
you can't
technically
call
a
it a
nursery,
nursery.
but yeah. Nice.
And you go in there and they've got thousands of fireworks
Yeah.
that you can pick. And I'll go in. I'll normally say, can you get the silent ones? Because it's obviously for the animals and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So
See, that's the
they'll
other
show
thing.
me
I
a
feel
few.
bad for my dog.
I think they missold me one the one time because I set this thing
Okay.
off and it was so loud.
Oh, we thought
but
you
it
said
was one of those,
violent. You said silent.
well,
We thought
Yeah,
you heard violent.
yeah, give me the violent ones.
Yeah, it's it just the sound that came out of it, and it's one of those that lasts a while. It goes wee, for
It just didn't bang. It just made more of a screeching noise.
yes, yeah. I didn't like it, so but
And the
again,
animals presumably didn't like it.
no, they cost a fortune though, don't they? Fireworks.
They did. You see, when we were kids, right? See, this is how things change. When we were kids, next door but one neighbour had a field at the back of his house. And we used to build our own bonfire in it. You know what I mean? There was no organised shit because we lived in a little village in the middle of nowhere. Then we'd make some really creepy guy, to go on it. And then we'd wheel it round the village in a wheelbarrow, knocking on people's door, going penny for the guy. That's what we used to do.
You gotta find some way to amuse yourself. Thank God you have video
Yeah.
games now. Otherwise, who
No,
knows
no,
what
this
you'd be
was
up to.
this was a thing. You ask anyone my age, this was a thing,
Oh, I
right?
believe you.
And we used to get cash as much as we could, and then we would buy the fireworks with the cash from the penny for a guy,
Smart.
and then for a bit of fun, after we'd built the bonfire, we used to shove some aerosol cans in the middle of it without anyone knowing, because that was fun.
Yeah, and likely to kill someone.
Well,
Maybe not likely, but possibly
I don't know,
you could kill
12,
somebody.
12 years old at the
I
time.
know,
Who
I'm just
knows? We
saying.
didn't think about stuff
Now, here's the
like that.
question. You mentioned Catherine wheels. Do you know why they're
Yeah.
called Catherine wheels?
I've not a clue.
Because
Not a-
Catherine was
Because they
stapled
nailed
to
someone
a-
up called Catherine and span around into the water.
It did have to do with someone named
Oh,
Catherine.
is it? Is it to do with? Wait a minute. Well, I might have the answer to this.
Oh.
This is. I've not looked. I might feel like I might have the answer to this.
we just got it right. What do you
Is
saying?
it?
Yeah, really.
Is it to
Kyle
do
got it
with to do with the witch trials? Right.
No.
What they used to do was put.
No.
I was going to say, did they put the witch on the wheel and spin her into the water head
Now,
first? so she'd drown?
okay, it's not to do with a witch, but Saint Catherine of Alexandria was a Christian virgin and martyr in the early 4th century, condemned to
Right.
death by breaking on the wheel. They put you on this wheel and break your bones and stuff. But when she touched
Oh,
the
yeah,
wheel,
they
it
hit
fell,
you with cudgels,
it
don't
fell
they?
to
The
pieces.
good old days.
And so, therefore, she was obviously touched by God and holy, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, we can't kill her."
And did they still kill her?
I don't know. That's a good question. Let's see.
No,
Did he
was
still
she
cudgel her
resurrected?
to death on a wheel?
Is
Suffered
Catherine-
martyrdom in the early 4th century. She was both a princess and a noted scholar who became a Christian around age 14 and converted hundreds of people to Christianity. I don't know.
And she was
Oh,
a
yeah.
witch.
Yeah, the best firework that we ever had on bonfire night was brought by one of my friend's granddads,
Oh,
who used to be a chemistry teacher at school,
aha.
and he had some hydrogen peroxide. Do you know what hydrogen peroxide is?
Yes.
No, but I've literally just watched this in a show the other day where they poured it down a dog's throat. So
What?
would you like
What?
to tell me more? Okay, carry
Hydrogen
on.
peroxide.
What are you watching? Porn?
Tell me more.
hydrogen peroxide
Tell me
down a
more.
dog's
I'm
throat?
sure that it may not have been
The
that, but
dog
that's what I thought
torture.
it was.
The dog torture.
So basically, it was a bit like it was a solid lump of something anyway.
We
and
will
that's what I
talk about
thought it
video
was.
games
Maybe
at
it
some
wasn't
point.
that.
Don't worry. Sorry.
And basically, when it gets moisture on it, it creates a flammable gas.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
And he came to the bonfire with a lump of this stuff. And basically, what he did is he had a paint tin with a hole in the bottom and the lid. And you'd put some of the stuff in, spit on it, bang the lid on the top, right? Then you'd put it under your foot, wait for about, I don't know, 10, 15 seconds for obviously the flammable gas to build up inside. And then hold a burning stick to the hole, and the paint lid would just like fly off about 50 feet away.
Oh my goodness.
Because it would basically explode under your foot. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And back then, as kids, it was like, this is cool.
Sure.
None of us thought for 1 second if we left it too long, we might actually blow our foot off doing this, right?
No.
But it was just like, it's just what you did. And I remember going into school and telling the chemistry teacher at school, and he's like, you did what? And he was absolutely mortified, you know,
Well, as he
when
should be,
someone's
yeah.
just-
And this is
just
for
like,
James
what
Bevan,
to-
by the way. Speaking of Catherine of Alexandria, you asked Stu if they actually killed her, and the answer
Yeah,
is
did they
yes.
actually still kill her?
They did still
Wow.
kill her. Maxentius is the one who sentenced her to death. After the breaking wheel broke, he said she should be beheaded. And she
Yeah,
said, yeah,
no,
go
why
ahead.
not?
And according to the legend, milk-like substance rather than blood flowed from her neck. So
That's bullshit.
She had
I'm
cream of
calling
wheat
bullshit on that.
coming out of her neck instead of blood, which again proves
Nah.
that she was chosen by God.
So
Yeah,
is that
apart
on
from the fact
Wikipedia?
God let her
Yes.
get killed.
But it has a source attached to it. So the real source here, wait, I'll tell you where the source is. Morton, 1841. So that's from James Morton, The Legend of St. Catherine of Alexandria. So you can
Wow,
look it up in
okay,
that
here
book
you go.
if you doubt it.
Okay.
See, I bet you don't talk about anything this intellectual on the Continuum podcast. do
What do you obviously don't listen to the show.
Yeah, really. You're wrong, Stu.
Can I just cover myself quickly? Hydrogen peroxide. I quickly looked at it.
Yes.
It could be wrong. It might be the wrong chemical.
Welcome to
I
the
don't know.
Chemistry and Christian Martyrdom
I
podcast.
know. Yeah, yeah.
It has apparently specific applications in veterinary medicine. As a topical for instance,
But it probably
clean
says
wound,
do not
basically,
pour directly down a dog's throat.
and also inducing vomiting.
Oh,
and that
really?
kind of thing
Oh, I stand
in
corrected.
animals.
Maybe
Never
it's
heard
not
of
that then.
but all
I
right.
don't want to advise
so.
people do this, please.
No.
Just look up what solid chemical when mixed with water.
Yeah, we're not doing that
creates
research. You can look
a
up how you
flammable
almost killed
gas.
yourself when you
Oh,
were a
I
kid
can't,
on
yeah.
your own.
Yeah, look it
I'm
up.
not
Look it
doing
up.
that.
Go on, you
We're
do-
talking
It's
about
fine.
video.
I'm-
Anybody else got a
I'm an
story to tell?
immigrant.
Research,
I'll talk, it's
Kyle.
fine.
I'm
Do
going
the
to assume
research,
that
Kyle.
we're
Go
done
on,
with
have a look.
stories. Kyle, you got any stories to tell?
Because they used to do
let me check.
they used to do an experiment where they used to throw it in water and it would fizz all over the top of the water.
Sure. And they made a volcano.
Yeah. You guys
Yeah,
had
made a
guns
volcano.
back then. Why didn't you just play with guns?
Yeah, really.
We didn't have guns. We're in the UK, man. There's no guns in the UK. What do you
Why
want?
not?
Right.
Actually, that's not true. We all had air rifles, but
Well, there
yeah,
you go.
kind
They
of
were
on
playing
the
with
UK.
guns,
Kind
but they
of
got
fun.
bored with that after
Yeah,
a
we
while.
were playing with guns, but they didn't fire
make
actual
bombs
bullets.
instead.
Right.
Yeah, made
So-
bombs instead. Homemade
All right,
bombs.
Kyle, here's your chance. Otherwise, I'm starting with the games.
Well, I just obviously first thing I don't normally have stories, so I thought I'd make a couple of notes because my week's
Make
seemed
something
a bit
up.
boring, but they're
No,
not.
sorry.
Car wouldn't start one day,
Oh,
so
jeez.
had to get the battery replaced.
Oh, it was a
because it just-
battery issue. That's weird in the summer. It's usually a winter thing. Isn't
But
it?
why is it though when the car doesn't start? Is when you need to get somewhere really quickly,
Well,
like
yeah.
you're running late. That's when
Well,
the car.
I'm
never
going to be
starts.
honest with you, Kyle. Whenever the car doesn't start, you tend to be going somewhere.
No, but
true.
sometimes you're going on a casual trip. I know what you mean, Kyle. Because if you're going down to the store to buy a loaf of bread, that's not when you're going to have car troubles. It's when
You're
you
always
have to
going
get to work
somewhere,
and you're
though, aren't
running
you, when you
late.
start your car?
No, I know exactly what you mean. And the reason is because Korn, the blood god from Warhammer 40,000, is causing
What?
chaos in your life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to play the
Bet
game
you didn't know
and
that, did
shoot
you?
him in the
Yeah.
face. So
Yeah,
I
there
bet
you
you
go.
didn't know that.
Or it could be
so your battery.
Yam, the god of sea and primordial chaos from the Canaanite religions. That could be the chaos god causing you
Your
problems.
battery was. Come on, carry on the story. The battery was flat. Where were you going then? Where were you going?
Well, I was running late to take my daughter to school, and you
Oh.
you jump in the car, and it's a tick, 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 tick,
Oh,
tick,
God.
tick, tick. Which obviously, me as a mechanic, as I know everything about cars, immediately thought battery. So quickly change things, get in the other car as quickly as you can, zoom off at the drive, and we got there. So, but I actually got to the school, and for some reason, the school system here, they've got like 3 schools all in one location, but there's 0 parking for any of the parents when they want to drop their kids off. So I go into the college parking, and the guy says, "You can't park here, mate." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." And he says, "Yeah, can you just turn around?" I said, "Okay." And I just drove in and said, basically, F you, and just parked the car,
take that.
got her out. Just 2 minutes.
But here's the question, though. Why do you need to park at all? You just stop the car, get out, and then you keep
kick
going.
her out. Kick
Why are
her
you
out,
parking?
man.
I don't know.
You need
For
to give
some
her a
reason-
How old
hug.
is she?
England's,
How old is she?
England's weird. It's like you can't just drop your kids off here. You got to
Well,
take them to school and make sure.
How
they're
old
there.
is she? How old is she?
7.
Oh,
that's pretty
7
young.
years old. Oh, we were making Millie walk to school on her own at that age.
No, they were just slowing down a little bit. She'd hop out and roll when she hit the ground.
Yeah, we'd just be like, "Get to school, you'll be fine."
Yeah.
And she
And
turned
Millie
out
turned
great.
out
She's just
great.
wandering
Yes,
around
man, look at
Thailand
her.
by
Look at her
herself
here.
for weeks.
Exactly. That's why she went travelling for 4
Yeah,
months. You
huh?
see,
'Cause she needs to get away
independence
from
was
you.
instilled into her
Yeah,
at a
exactly.
young age.
All right, so the
yeah.
car battery was causing you headaches. Anything? It sounded like that was part of a
So-
list. Were there other things?
Well, I've got another thing yesterday. Sorry.
So
I
was
had
it
to
just a
mention
minute?
this.
Can I just check? Have you had your alternator tested? Because that's usually the cause of a flat battery.
No, well, I've had this car for a few years, and the battery hasn't been replaced for probably about 10 years.
Yeah,
so
but
it's gonna
batteries.
go.
No, I guess it's quite an old battery, but usually batteries are pretty good. Usually,
Well, here's
unless you're me
here's the
wife.
real point. If
Kills
I hope it's
all
just
our
the battery,
batteries.
because if it is the alternator, that's significantly more expensive. So let's hope it's just the battery.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
I've got a cheap car, so
Okay.
I'll just replace it. I don't mind.
Well, it's funny when
What, the whole car?
When I got
Yeah,
the
it's fine.
when I got the electric car and the guy was showing me around and pointing out under the hood, I was like, oh, and if I needed to jump start, this is where I would plug it in. And he just looked at me, and it took me a minute. It legitimately took me a minute to go, oh, right, that's not a thing that's ever going to happen with this car. Yes,
Not to
one
an
more
electric car.
advantage.
No, that's
So,
not going to happen.
If you can afford
Um,
it, I would strongly recommend getting an electric one.
But my wife, because she works from home, right? She barely ever. My wife, she barely ever goes out in the car.
Yes.
So what happened when she first did this? Obviously, battery eventually went flat, and it was a bit of a nightmare. So the agreement we came to is that she would start the car once every week or once during the week every now and again for about leave it running for about 20 to 30 minutes to keep topping up the battery.
Oh,
So it wouldn't go
goodness.
flat. Obviously forgot to do this on numerous occasions, and yeah, and ended up with a completely dead battery. So in the end, I bought a battery jump starter. Have you seen these?
Yes,
Yeah,
I've got one. It's tremendous.
It's very good. So we used that for a while, but eventually that wouldn't even work. So I had to replace the battery with a new one. That one's sort of been all right, but every now and again it does still go flat. So, you know, but it's this lack of drive in the car that's caused the issues.
Someone's breaking into a car every time she does.
Yeah, it
know what-
does. Yeah, it does
you know what
because
you
her
need?
alarm goes off.
You need, have you got a trickle charger?
Yeah, I thought about that, but it's a pain, isn't it? Because you've got to take the battery off, you've got to put it in the house.
I think you can get
Ugh.
USB ones now with like a separate battery that you can just keep in as
Can
well.
ya?
So,
Interesting.
but
I
then
might- I might
people
look
run the
into
risk
that.
of starting the car with a trickle charger just rolling around the bonnet. So
But she's been using it more recently, so it's not been as bad. It's not been as
Okay.
bad. Anyway, that's not video games. This is like the continuum podcast, isn't it?
I just
I'm
want to make
back.
sure. Do you have something else,
It's never
Kyle? It
video.
sounded like maybe
Millie's,
you had
Millie's
something.
like, none
Ignore
of this
Stu
is video games.
and
Well, it never
just-
is.
Nothing.
She's
got
obviously
something
never
else.
listened.
Okay.
I'm not going to mention anything else at the moment because it's not video game related. so
Okay.
we
Well,
should
let's
carry
move
on.
Oh, by the way, I have got a question
No.
for you.
You said it wasn't video game related, which means we're done.
Do you have podcasting snacks? Do you do?
Hold on.
What you been eating?
Yeah, do you have podcast snacks? Is that a thing for you?
I was going to ask you guys the same thing, because I see you eating all the time, and I thought
I have-
I'm going to get
I've
myself
got-
a snack.
I've got a Turkish delight tonight.
Oh,
It-
on your way to
always-
My
Zania, are you?
beautiful daughter. You
have two
bought
daughters?
me- I like it. He said you have two
Birdsing.
daughters.
Wow.
That's a bit rude.
Was that Jude?
Yeah, Jude. Yeah,
Can I ask,
Jude. Bit
is
rude.
it Turkish delight? Is it the chocolate covered one?
It's
or-
the chocolate covered one. I do
I
like.
love that one. Yeah.
I do like the rose though. You know, the proper rose and lemon stuff, and the cubes with the icing sugar on. But that's for
Millie,
Christmas.
sorry,
You
Millie
only
is
get the
not on
posh
this
stuff at
podcast. Why does
Christmas.
she keep joining in?
I don't know. She's
Let's
really
get her
on it. She
her
said
own
she'd
mic
be
and her
really
own
quiet, and
camera if she
isn't.
wants to be
Oh, no.
part of this discussion.
Thinking about me.
She's got loads of stories.
But
Apparently.
the reason I like Turkish Delight is because when I read The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe as a
Yeah,
kid,
Narnia, baby.
Mm-hmm.
obviously the Wicked Queen gives it to the and it's like really exotic.
Yeah.
So as a kid, I was like, "Oh my god, it must be the most amazing thing ever!" I want.
Well, there's
some
a
of that
Julia
too. I
Wirtz
want in
comic
on
where
that.
she says to her mom, "I want Turkish Delight for dinner," and her mom was like, "Do you even know what that is?" And she's like, "No, but I want it."
Yeah, that's what I was like as a kid.
So there
And
you go.
as it happened, I do like it. So, it worked out fine,
Well,
because
alright.
I could have hated it. But...
Can I ask? So Millie went to Japan.
We will
Yeah,
talk
she
about
did.
video games at some
Oh,
point.
that
went
was
to-
last year. That was
she
last
went
year in
to-
Japan.
Where did she go now then? Recently.
She went to
Thailand,
Vietnam,
So Vietnam, yeah.
Australia.
Singapore,
Singapore, and
Malaysia,
Malaysia, and the States. The last ones?
Australia.
Australia. Okay.
New
Yeah.
Zealand.
Yep.
Then she went to Los Angeles.
Okay.
Then she went to San Francisco, and then she finished in Las Vegas.
And all she bought you was Turkish Delight.
No, she bought that after she came back. No, she bought me a ton of key rings. So what she does is buy me key rings from every place she's visited, and there's a fucking lot of them.
Do you have a lot of keys? Why do you need key rings?
I
Yeah, do you keep
no,
losing
it's
them,
just
or-
the thing. I have a key. Just a minute. Oh yeah.
So you have
This
a collection
Is the best
then.
one. Yeah. I don't know whether you'll be able to see this because obviously the camera will cut it off.
Okay.
But can you see that? I'll put it on my nose, and then it'll think it's part of my face, and then you. Can
yeah.
see it.
One
you
on
see
bandit.
that?
I mean, it looks like
Yeah.
a slot machine key ring.
Look, it fully works. Look, it works. Look.
Oh, that's cool. What
How
do you
cool is
use
that? Oh, you don't have to. Look.
If you're
I
only
don't know
listening
whether
to this,
I've
you
won
can't
yet.
understand the joy
No,
that
you
is
can't see.
shining
No,
in
look.
Stuart's eyeballs
Look,
because of this fully
look.
functional. We can't see anything
Look.
other than you flicking a little switch. Stop
All
it.
right. I'm sorry.
But this, the
happens when you-
joy in Stu's eyes when the
Yeah.
thing,
So this
little
is-
lever goes down.
This is the best one. This is the best one.
I thought that was
see
the best
that?
one.
It's a t-shirt of some
Yeah,
kind.
I can't
It's
see
a
what
shirt.
it is.
It's got.
He's holding it
crikey
right
on
over
it.
his mouth, everybody, because he has to make sure.
I
it
know
doesn't
because so
blur.
you can see it on the camera.
Yes.
So you see it on camera.
Still can't see it.
It's got crikey on it, right? And there's a huge bit now at the bottom of it. This is a Steve Irwin keyring from Steve Irwin Zoo.
Well, you know,
So there
Steve
you go.
Irwin's a cool guy, so thank you for Steve Irwin.
He was a cool guy. He's dead.
Yes,
Mm.
but
Oh,
he
he's
lives
dead.
on. He lives on in our
He's dead.
memories. He's in our
He's
hearts.
dead. He got stung by a stingray, didn't he, and died.
This conversation can serve no purpose anymore.
Yeah, I
Kyle,
think that
what
really
video
is it.
games have you been playing?
Okay, I
Okay.
will start with.
Yes.
I bet you love coming on here, don't you? But you can't wait.
I have a good laugh. It's fun. Oh, by the way, I have sesame seed caramelized peanuts
Oh,
this
okay.
Ooh,
evening.
they
There
sound
you go.
good.
Nice.
They're delicious.
I had some
They sound
yogurt
delicious.
with granola and blackberry jam.
Oh,
Nice.
Snack.
That sounds too healthy. What
It is
the
pretty
hell is
healthy.
that?
right.
Okay, Kyle,
I
games.
played some Helldivers 2
Oh, yeah,
this
what?
last week. So I think I've spoken about the game before. I've played it numerous times. It's one of those games that again you can jump on and play, and you obviously have to play online. It's one of those games. But
Yes.
when you get in the game, I think you've said this so many times in Rocket League, Duke, when you get in the game and you find people that you click with, and they're all there for the same purpose, and
Yes.
they're going in, they're shooting, they're supporting you. They're quite happy to give you any of their stratagems and their jetpacks, or just to help the cause.
Yes.
It's like it makes the game so much fun.
So much fun.
So yeah, I played.
And it's
played
one
that
of,
a lot.
sorry, it's one of those games where it's one of those few games that sort of did a decent job of mirroring Left 4 Dead's formula of if you don't stick together, you're going to have a much worse time.
Yeah, because I have tried to play this game by myself, which you can do. You can set
didn't
it
even
to
know you could
easy
do
mode
that.
if you want to,
Okay.
and you can just launch, and you don't have to have people join you.
Yeah.
Because I think you have to throw a stratagem to basically it's an SOS to
Hmm.
get people to come in and invite people in. But
Interesting.
it's I don't find it as fun. It's
Yeah, oh,
obviously
sure, of
more
course not.
challenging,
Yeah.
and it's just not as fun as when when you're there and there's so much chaos and people are throwing grenades and they're bombs and they're orbital strikes and
Yes.
it's just madness. I don't know.
madness.
I just love the game. So
It's a beautiful, violent, chaotic mess, and that's it's. But
Yeah.
when you pull it off, when you make it, especially when it's close and you have the swarms coming at you, it's like, oh shit, I don't know if we're gonna live through this. And you do. Oh, there's no feeling like it.
the thing is, it's one of those games I really like, and where it feels like you're having an impact as
Yeah.
well.
Oh,
Where
yeah.
if you're shooting something, it sounds horrible to say, but it's satisfying shooting things, because you see,
yeah.
especially like I think they're Terminators or something, they explode, and it's a bit gory,
Yeah.
but it's fun,
it's great.
and I mean, Stu, have you played this game?
I haven't.
So
Yeah,
can
I
I
don't.
ask why?
I literally do not do online multiplayer games at all.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I
But it's
get
interesting
that,
because you
'cause-
like Left 4 Dead, and this is much more of a co-op. It's not PvP. It is PvE. So I
Yeah.
don't know. You might like it. You might want to give it a shot. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
just-
know.
But if it's free sometime, I'd recommend
Yeah.
people try it out. It's a little bit of fun. Again, you get in with the right group of people, which I would probably say is majority of them. Because they all want to. If you all fail the mission. That's the way it is, and you don't get all the bonuses and the rewards that you'd get unless you're supporting each other. So. So I just played that for quite a while actually, but a lot of fun. So
It's a
would
good one.
recommend
I should
it.
go back to that. I don't know why I uninstalled it. I guess.
I mean,
needed
there
space
was
or
a point where this just blew up, didn't
Oh,
it? And
yeah, it was so huge.
everyone was playing it and
Yeah.
absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there was a time, especially when it was on PC. I think I read they did lose quite a majority of their player base at one point, but I think that's the lifespan of products, isn't
It's-
it? When
yeah,
it's
exactly.
new.
No, they did. They did. You had to. What they did was they launched the game, and you could just play it in Steam.
Yeah, and then they made you have
And
to get a Sony
then
account. or
they
something.
decided you had to have a PSN account to continue
Yeah.
playing it.
Okay.
All those PC players went, "Fuck that shit! I ain't getting no PSN account."
Yeah.
And that's when a lot of people dropped off it on the PC side.
Which,
so
you know what? I'm
that's
sorry. There's a
kind
lot of people who say that. Like, it doesn't matter what the game is or what the account is. There's people who are like, I don't want to have to make an EA account. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's annoying. But on the other hand, like, welcome to fucking using the internet in the 21st century. Like, that's the way it goes. Like, we had to do Airbnb for the first time this week. And you know what? I'm sorry. That I don't want to make an Airbnb account. I don't have to get my identity verified, but otherwise I can't use Airbnb. It's just the
Yeah, you
price
Well,
gotta
there's
of
a
find other
difference
service,
between
yeah.
having to like rent a holiday home because obviously they don't want someone just trashing the place,
Yeah.
and playing a video
Right,
game.
but my point is that it's a good video game and it's worth the 10 minutes it takes, 2 minutes,
Yeah.
to make an account. And what, you're worried that your information is getting out there or you have too much of an online footprint? Well,
It's already
get over
out
yourself, man. Yeah, exactly.
It's already out
It's
there,
a
man.
video game.
But that's
I just find it
PC
ridiculous.
players for you. That's PC players.
It's
like, no.
persnickety PC players. It's the
Persnickety.
the hand wringing PC play, and they're a loud minority. They're a very high volume group, a pretty small group of people. So I think
do
I
you
don't
still
know
need-
about the number of people who dropped off this game. What percentage of them are those who are like, I'm not getting PS, and what percentage are just like, well, something else caught my attention now.
Yeah, I suppose that's the thing. People just drift off naturally, don't they? But do you still need a account
I
now?
don't know.
A
I would
PSN
doubt
account?
it. I would be very
I
surprised.
believe you do. I
Let me
think
see
they,
if
they
I
did
can
that
find
across the
out.
board.
All right. Well, I'll see.
Okay.
if I
They
can
did that
find
across
out.
the board.
All right. So Stu's not played. Doesn't sound like you're going to. That's fine. But it's a lot of fun. So
Yeah, I mean the last. I'm trying to remember the last actual multiplayer game I played.
did you ever play
Yeah,
like World of Warcraft or anything like that?
No,
No,
you did most
God,
of them
no.
MMOs.
Absolutely, that MMOs you can stick them up your arse. I'm not having out to do with that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at the negative
Yeah,
reviews, and there's
no.
nothing about a PSN account.
All right. Okay.
Oh, why are people not liking it now? Then what is the reason?
Now it's
dude?
like, oh, crashes. Players asked for a useful and fun buff to the one true flag. Developers say it would be unrealistic. Whatever. They're not giving us what we
I don't know
want.
what that means.
I don't either. Nerfing something I
Whatever,
bought with
whatever.
actual money is not fun in a PvE game, just saying. 13 awards for that person. Fuck off. You're mad that your
Well,
weapon
they've
got
all-
nerfed.
look.
Well, you know what? You shouldn't be buying
They've-
weapons in a game like this anyway with real money. Serves you right. I'm sorry. I Schadenfreude with that.
Look,
What are you doing?
Look, PC.
If you're gonna pay to win, then fuck you.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Online multiplayer players will always find something wrong with the game they're playing.
Yeah,
That's
but I
just the
will also
nature of
say
it.
it's very positive. That's the recent reviews are mostly positive.
Well,
Total
that's good.
reviews
Maybe people
mostly
got
positive.
over that, but I do remember that being a thing.
I also
at the
don't see
time. They're
anything
like,
under the system requirements.
Ow!
Usually it will say
It
you
sounds
need
like
a such and
something
such
you just
account.
made up.
Maybe they. No, it didn't. No, honestly.
No, he didn't. I
You
remember
look
when
it-
that happened. But it's
you
possible,
look it up, Kyle.
It seems possible. It seems likely that maybe the blowback made them go, okay, fine, you don't need a fucking PSN account. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe you still need it,
Yeah,
and I just
maybe.
didn't say anything here about it. So
Anyway,
Anyway,
I don't know, but I do remember
yeah.
that being a thing.
Yeah.
So,
okay. So
I played
Helldivers.
Are you
Helldivers. It
questioning
was
my
fun.
video game knowledge, Kyle?
Maybe.
Dare you?
But yeah, so again, recommend. I'm going to keep jumping on this at some point. Yeah, because it's just fun. So yeah,
No, that's
that's
all you want.
Helldivers too.
That's what you want in a video game, though. isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah,
Bit of good old-fashioned fun.
yeah, but it is crazy when you. I mean, I'm probably like level. What am I now? Probably like level 12 or something. You get other people that are like level 80s or 90s, and you go, they're just a different gamer, aren't they?
Yeah.
So,
They are. They are. It is true.
and
It is
then
true.
those people that it says they're like level 5, but you know the way that they play, like
That's their
you
third
played
account,
this way
though.
too much before.
That's like Smurfs on
Yeah,
Rocket League,
probably.
man. His motherfuckers showing up in Plat 2 lobbies doing all kinds of air dribbles. I'm like, what is your real? Because I realize if you call him a Smurf, they'll be like, what are you talking about? I'm not Smurfing. But if you ask rank ? They'll go champ 3, and you're like, motherfucker, do you go down to the playground and start beating up 5-year-olds too?
There you go, you fucking liar.
Yeah.
Liar.
Okay. Anything else about Helldivers?
No, that's it for me for now,
Okay.
guys.
Stu, you up?
What about you, Duke? No,
is it
go on,
me?
Duke. You go.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
there's
go
this
for it.
game it's called Rocket League, which I don't really have anything to say about. Although I will say, shout out Antonio, because we had the round from hell. Oh my God, we had so many bad games, and we were playing badly, and it's this feedback loop. I'm not going to put it on this show because I'm not going to put it on the screen because it's not worth even putting it on the screen. But I will say it this way: I made some mistakes. Antonio made some mistakes. And then we got some bad bounces. You know, in Rocket League, they call it a 50-50. When two cars go up at the same time, and it's like anybody's shot. You know what I mean? Like, who knows who's going to win that little...
Yeah, fiddy.
Yeah.
Right. It was 10-90. Like, the other team just kept winning those, and they'd get these lucky bounces that meant that it went in, and then I'd get frustrated by that, which makes me not play as intelligently as I should, so I was double committing, which is the last thing you should ever do, and it's just like, and I get to be impatient because my play style is very much like, get in their faces, make them suffer, and Antonio's like, I'm going to see where the best opportunity to take the shot is, and so I'm like, well, he's not going for it, I'm going to go for it, and then he goes for it, and we double, and it's so dumb of me to do that. So I was getting mad at myself. I was getting mad at the game. I was getting mad at this. And at some point I was just like, you know what? Fuck this. I need to get away from this game. And I don't usually like that. I'm usually like, whatever. We lost. Let's keep it moving. But for some reason this week I was just like, So that was Rocket League. The other game that I have been playing is Artisan of Glimeth.
Oh, I bought this, by the way, in the obviously the Steam sale.
But you haven't talked about it much, and I haven't talked about it. But I
haven't played it. I
Have you
haven't
not
played
been
it since
playing
I bought it.
See,
not since I bought
I
it.
play this pretty much every day. It's such a good game. It is a puzzle game. I've talked about it before, but those who don't know, it is a puzzle game that is so elegant and so beautiful because you have a grid and then you have shapes that you have to build into the grid. And a lot of times it'll say like every shape needs to be one of these, and it'll give you some options for what shapes you can use. I'm on a part of it now where everything that's touching has to be a different shape. So if you and it'll say like, okay, everything has to be exactly 4 tiles big, right? So, okay, how many options do you have? Well, if you played Tetris, you know how many options you have, right? You have a square, you have 4 in a line, you have the L, you have your T shape, right? And then you have the little S. Mm-hmm. So, you know, and then the grid will have certain parts to it that you only can fit the S in because it's going to be over to the side. There's some, it requires creative thinking, but it's so elegant because I never get too frustrated with it. And it's the type of game, I just did one before the show today. I was kind of nervous because in a puzzle game, sometimes I'll get a little frustrated and be like, God damn it, I can't do it. But I actually did manage to make it work, and it was so satisfying. And it was like a level 4 or 5 puzzle, which can be pretty tough. So yeah, I love this game. Stu, you know how awesome it is. This person is being very
it's a great
systematic.
game.
Yeah, this person is being very systematic in a way that I can't really relate to because I'm not nearly this careful. But he's clearly going through like, okay, well, clearly this has to be like this and this has to be like that. And me, I just go in and be like, okay, do this and this and this and just try it out. And
Yeah,
now,
I play a little bit like that. I try and visualize it before I start doing it.
and the further you get in the game, the less of a good idea it is to play like that because there are these grids that are like 20 by 20. And you have like 3 options for what shapes you use, and you can get through the whole thing except one little spot in the middle, and you're just like, fuck, and you have to start all over. So if you're more systematic in your thinking, then you can save yourself that trouble. But on the other hand, if you can get it in one, as sometimes I can, then it's like, well, it just makes sense for me to just go through and do it in one. So
Are there multiple solutions to these puzzles, or is it just
maybe.
I think there are. I think some of them. I don't know whether all of them are there.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is that it would be interesting to see, like, here's what you did last time. And then, they could say, like, yeah, you can do it again.
Can you
differently
solve
or
it a
whatever.
different way?
Yeah.
You can solve
And
it
my
in a
guess
different
is
way.
that, yeah, there probably are multiple ways. But to be honest, for me,
I think there probably
when I
are.
get done with it, I'm just like so happy. I'm just like, whatever. But it's, it's just so beautiful. And the graphics are, the areas.
elegant.
It's so
It's
elegant
an
because when
elegant
you're
puzzle
choosing
game.
your puzzle, there, as you saw, there's like a windmill at one point, and like when you finish the solution, if you were to zoom in on the little table, your solution is still on that table even when you're done. So you can go and look at it from a distance, and it's just, they put a lot of attention to detail. They polished it to within an inch of its life. I can't say enough good things about it. If you like puzzle games,
Would you be interested in playing this, Kyle? Is this something you might like?
if it was like a mobile game,
there's probably a mobile version.
But if I'm gonna turn on my computer, I'll be honest. There's probably other things I'd prefer to play.
Yeah.
You see, this is perfect on the Steam Deck. This is great for mobile, like you say. But
Yeah.
I don't think it's on. I wouldn't imagine this is on a phone at this point in time. Not that I'm
It might
aware
be.
of, anyway.
Now I have to.
Yeah. See,
It may be, but I
the,
don't.
the
I
problem
wouldn't
with
have thought
the
it is.
controller is something like this is you're constantly moving the cursor around, aren't you? And you kind of need to have it on the perfect sections of the screen. That's just something I don't know. I struggle with. Because do you play this with the mouse, Duke? Or
I do play
you
with a mouse, and I think it'd be harder to do it with a.
with the controller?
With a
Yes.
controller, yeah.
So
Apparently,
yeah,
it's
I think
only
I'd-
Windows.
yeah.
Yeah, I assumed it would be.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
I
it's
guess.
it looks interesting. I mean, I do like these puzzle games because again, it makes me feel clever when I you get through these puzzles. But there's going to be those ones where it just stumps you and you just go, okay, I've had enough. So
Yeah, I know what you mean, and it can be frustrating. But like, I think that's the difference with this game is that there are some that I'll stay away from, like the level 6, level 7 puzzles. I'm just like, you know what? That's a level of difficulty I just don't want to do to myself. But on the other hand, because when you get so the reason you're solving these puzzles is to restore these mirrors. All right. So if you get 8 of the puzzles in a section, you restore the mirror. But if you get like 16 of the puzzles in the section, then you gild the mirror with silver. If you get 24, you gild it with gold. So getting all the ones to make it gold obviously takes a lot of work with some of the high level puzzles. And a lot of times I'll be like, you know what? I'm happy with it being silver. Let's just move on to the next area. But I've gotten quite a few gold mirrors, which is surprising. So my point is that normally I'm the same way. Like I get frustrated and I'm like, fuck this shit. But this game is doing something in the way that makes me feel like I can do it. You know what I mean? Like I can make it happen, which is rare in a puzzle game. And I'm looking at the person playing now. They're doing something to put the black line around the thing without clicking on the left. And I'm like, I want to know how they do that because they're also just filling in all the stuff when they get to the end of the level without having to go through and do it. And I'm like, how do you do that? I want to learn how to autofill stuff, but I could look
probably
into
an
that
option
later.
or something.
I'm
So-
sure there is.
there
I just
probably
never
is.
learned how to do it.
But
'cause
how
I'm
do
too busy.
how do they select all the different colors and things?
Well,
though?
that's
'Cause
the
you know,
thing is that
ridiculous.
in the middle you can see, or on the left side of the screen, you may be able to notice there's a color palette, but the one in the middle that's automatically selected, it chooses a palette for you. So as you can see, most of these that he's doing now are like orange, yellow, and red. And so it does like variations on those. And it's nice because sometimes you get 2 colors that are very similar to each other and you're like, I can't tell which is which, but you just click it again and it fills it in with a different color in that same palette. But if you wanted to, you could do every square or every shape the specific color you want it to. So there's a lot of options
Okay.
there.
All right.
Very
yeah.
good. Duke, I don't want to sound pedantic.
Go ahead.
here,
Sound pedantic.
but I thought these were stained glass windows.
They are. What did I say?
Mirrors.
Oh, no. Well, so you're making the stained glass mirrors here, but the thing that you like recreate on the map world is a mirror. Or a window.
Is
Maybe it's a
it?
big window. I don't know.
I thought it was a big stained glass window.
It probably
huge
is.
stained
I
glass
don't know.
window.
Who cares? It's windows, mirrors. You're right. That's
Is it-
correct. It's
I
a
mean,
mi-
when
it's a
you say stained glass
window.
windows, it's like, oh, is that going to make like some cool image right at the end or something after you finish
No,
all
they
the
do. They
puzzles?
do have pictures on them. They're like church windows, aren't
Yeah.
they? They're a bit like what you get in a fancy church.
Yeah. Okay.
Those are the ones you're
Yeah, I just-
restoring. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
they
doesn't
do.
say
They do look
here.
really super cool. They are super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we will see. Yeah, I mean, it depends how much it is, but yeah, it might
Yeah.
be something.
It's
I
a
might-
free-
it's
there's a-
cheap.
there's a
It's-
free
it's
demo on
very
Steam,
reasonably
so
priced.
It's
Yeah,
definitely worth your
I
time to
will-
check out the demo.
I'll demo it at least.
Yeah.
yeah,
on
it's
your
very
wish list.
reasonably priced.
The summer sale is
Yeah,
on
it's
now,
such a
so it
great
might be
game.
cheap. I don't know. I'll find out.
Look, this is what you got to think, Kyle. Duke and I very rarely agree on a
That's
game, and we
true.
both think this game is amazing.
That's
so
Okay. I'm gonna
there
believe
you
you
go.
guys.
Yeah.
I would take that as
$10
a good
bucks.
sign.
20% off. It's currently $10. So what, £8? Something like that.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah.
It's a price of a pint.
Yeah. All right, Stu,
Right, so
what
the
you got?
point- right, I'm going to talk about again. I've had on my list for about 3 weeks, and I had to watch a YouTube video because I couldn't really remember what it was.
Okay.
Well, I could remember what it was, but I couldn't really remember what happened in the game. It's a kind of side-scrolling puzzle platformer, I guess is the best way to describe this, called Deer and Boy.
Okay.
It's called Deer and Boy. And it's kind of in the vein of Inside, that kind of thing, but a lot prettier and a lot less dark and ominous, if you will.
It looks pretty dark.
So is that
I mean, he's near a train yard.
it
It's all
is-
gloomy.
it is dark, but it's not as
It's not like grim dark.
it's not as grim. Yeah, that's probably a better way of putting it. I mean, people are chasing this little boy and these fancy looking deer.
Well, that's
Okay.
weird.
I know. So you're not entirely sure why you're running away or why you're trying to hide from all these people.
Why do you have you have a
Well,
pet
he-
deer?
You have this little pet deer with glowing antlers,
Okay.
and it's just super, super cute.
All right.
So, but it's not really doing anything different gameplay wise. It's like
Yeah.
pushing boxes, pulling boxes,
Right.
directing the deer to drop ladders for you.
Yeah, sure. I mean,
You
that's
know,
fine.
to progress
it's a
forward.
mechanic
push
that works.
buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah, pushing buttons. But I think what sets it apart from a lot of the games in this ilk is just the presentation.
Yeah, sure.
Because
Yeah.
the sound is really great. It looks really, really cute.
Oh.
And I think it's just really well thought out and really well made. You know, it's the kind of, like, say, tropey, you know, put the box. I mean, on the thing on the screen you can see at the moment, it's put the box on the forklift, get the deer to go on the box, then it can drop the ladder down for you to climb up. But they do
Obviously,
get,
yeah.
it does get progressively more. Yeah, obviously, it gets progressively more interesting as the game goes on. So you've got to sneak past people. You've got to steal keys from inside. Get the deer to steal some keys for you to unlock a door, and things of that nature. But ultimately, I think this is great. I put it on my wish list. I don't think it's out yet. I haven't seen that it is. But yeah, I think this is going to be pretty cool. You know, if you want that, I'm assuming it's probably not going to be a massive game, probably 5-6 hours, I would imagine.
Yeah.
But I think it might be pretty cool. If you like a puzzle platformer, I don't think there's any reason you shouldn't give this a go. There's a free demo.
Stuart,
So
this game
yeah.
is out. It costs $18 right now. That's 10% off on the summer sale. So it may be 16 or 17 quid over your side, but yeah.
maybe I should.
But it's
maybe I
got
should
very
get it. It
positive
looks good.
reviews. So
Yeah, it looks pretty good. It does. In the demo, played really well. I finished the demo. I was kind of impressed with it.
I got to be honest, man. This description is giving me a rash. In this poetic, cinematic platformer, you know what? Get the fuck over yourself, would you please?
Yeah.
Why can't you just
I
call
think
it?
they got AI. AI wrote that.
If AI wrote it, then I hate it. If a human wrote it, they need to get the fuck over themselves. Good writing should be less pretentious, but whatever. It does look like a cute game, so I'm glad you're enjoying it.
It is a nice looking game,
really-
regardless of the write-up.
Yes.
I do like the look of it because it's not just a 2D. Obviously, the whole environment is kind of 3-dimensional as well. You
Well,
know,
it's what the tentacle is 2D on a 3D plane.
yeah,
5D
Is
or
what they
something.
call it.
yeah. I mean, it does look cool. This is it reminds me kind of like an Abe's Odyssey kind of vibe. It's very very much so. It's great. So I think I'll give. When
And
you
it
asked
looks
me
like it's-
earlier,
it's
this is a game I'll definitely try.
Yeah, it looks like it's keeping things simple in a way that just makes sense. A lot of games will overcomplicate the visuals for no good reason. And I think that if you're, especially if you're a small studio or you're a single developer, which I think this probably is, you use the tools you've got and don't make it too complicated for yourself because, you know, simplicity is a great way to go. So anyway, I like the fact that it's generally pretty simple, but not simplistic. You know what I mean? It looks visually
It's
striking.
easily understood. Yeah, that's the big thing as
Exactly.
well. Yeah.
Yes. So we agree. It looks good, Stu.
It is good. Give the
Okay.
demo a go and tell me what you think.
Do you know
why
I think it's
the-
a great little game.
Do you know why the deer's antlers don't glow all the time?
Not a clue.
Okay.
Not a clue. I can't. I don't remember why they glowed in the first place. And
They
then
only
didn't glow, for ages.
according to this website I'm looking at. They only glow when the deer is horny. So he's really worked up.
I was going to say orcs.
Yeah, that's also possible.
Obviously, why
I
didn't
went
we
right for
realize
the
that?
most base.
Yeah,
joining us.
who
I meant
knew?
to say us. Thank you for joining you.
It's a horny little deer.
Literally, because it's horns. All right. So Kyle, back to you. What you got?
I purchased a game recently that was on special. I feel like Chinny's going to appreciate this one, but I tried Carmageddon Rogue Shift.
Snap! This is a car combat game, huh?
So, yeah, so I think you guys have probably got the gist now. I do enjoy combat games. I enjoy combat races. I enjoy the kind of arcade kind of side of it as well. Big fan of Carmageddon with the previous games. Did you guys play the original
I
ones?
have never played a Carmageddon game.
No, I've never played a combat.
I played
game,
Burnout.
I don't think.
And some other
Okay.
combat car games, but not this one.
So I would say this game so far, it's Carmageddon in name only.
Okay.
So whether that works in their favor or not, I don't know. The reason I tried it was because it was Carmageddon. Is it a Carmageddon game? No, it's not. There's a lot of different things going on here. So you've got these cars. They've obviously got weapons on, so similar to a Mario Kart style or a Crash Team Racing, and you are doing all these races around the city. But what makes Carmageddon quite interesting, traditionally, it would be you could finish the race in 3 different ways if you wanted to. That could be you complete the race, you could destroy your opponents, or you could try kill every single pedestrian on the entire map.
Wow.
Wow.
Interesting.
So, and this was obviously going back to, I think it was the 90s. So, you know, it's a big open world that you could drive around in, and it had a good sense of humor in that. Whereas I found Rogue Shift to be, it takes itself very seriously as a game, but what parts are that's a little bit unusual now is they've built it. You have to forgive me because I don't really know the terms, but I had to look it up. It's more a roguelite kind of game.
You lose a lot.
So you go through the races. You start a new game. You pick your car and you start racing.
Right.
And you pick your different levels, or you can pick your path or your races that you want to do. But your whole purpose of this new game that you're starting is to survive. Whatever life you finished off with your vehicle at the end of the race, that's what you probably start off with the next race.
Okay.
And you can go as far as you want to. And along the way, you pick up upgrades and all these things to kind of help you on that little run, if we can call it. and you will eventually get to boss levels where there's like, a couple of massive cars, or they've got some goons that are with them as well, which you also just have to destroy.
Hired goons.
Yeah, and it's race around, it's combat. Instead of pedestrians now, they've turned them all into zombies. And I found in the beginning, I did not like this game. I thought this is not a Carmageddon game. But after playing it for, first hour, I was like, okay, no, this is actually clicking now. Because you start to be a bit more strategic in the way you're racing and playing, because you got to pick up these little wrenches, which are kind of your health, to repair your vehicle, and then you got to pick up your weapons and what weapon are you going to use, because different weapons have different abilities and different load capacities and all those things. So it starts just changing the way you're playing the game.
Yeah.
So very different to Carmageddon. I am enjoying it though. I didn't in the beginning.
Is that because there was the expectation here and then the reality over here, and you just had to readjust, or did it grow on you? Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a completely different game. If they didn't call it Carmageddon and they just called it Rogue Shift, that would be fine. I have a sneaking suspicion the reason they called it Rogue Shift is because they've changed it into a roguelike game, like a shift to roguelite.
Yeah,
but
sure.
I couldn't find anything that's actually gone with that. I mean, it's a cool name, but I do wonder if that's maybe why they've done it.
Interesting.
So I don't know if you guys like these kinds of games, having to kind of...
I mean, I'm looking at it. It looks very arcadey, but it also... Do you remember Split Second?
It's ringing a bell.
Yeah, I like Split Second, and I like Burnout.
So,
I don't remember which Burnout I played.
Yeah,
but it wasn't Paradise. There was one where it was like Takedown, I guess it was, where like you crash into car, and it was so much fun to take out the other car. And this looks like this kind of like that kind of thing.
It looks a bit of a cross with that. It looks a bit like Split Second because you had to pick stuff
it.
up on the track in Split Second, didn't you? But Split Second was such a great game back in the day. So it was a racing game, but it had these huge set pieces. So while you were racing, like, I don't know, a jumbo jet would explode on the way around the track or something like that. It was like crazy shit went on. It was like being a stuntman in a stunt car and pulling off all these amazing, crazy things.
Yeah.
And I feel like this has got a little bit of that and a little bit of this, and they sort of mashed it all together and made this game.
So
yeah, it's definitely got that thing of it's definitely got that thing of Burnout. Again, when you side bash cars or they explode, the car,
slow-mo.
It's almost slow mo and shows you the car blowing up and then gets back to you racing. Which I have to say as well, there's no online capability for this game, which I thought was quite unusual.
Huh.
So
yeah, that's interesting. That there's no racing against real people.
Yeah, so it's offline only, which again, I kind of like.
That's a bit weird. That's a bit weird, though, I think.
Yeah, I don't want to race people.
Like is this on PS? I'm assuming this is on the PS5, is it?
Yeah. I played this on PS5. I think it's on all platforms now. But yeah, it's interesting to play because as you start figuring it out, again, you start playing it slightly differently. It's not just a race or kill things as quickly as you can. The boss levels, you only have, I think it's 5 minutes to destroy the boss, and it gets to the point where I'll make sure he's only got like 10% life left. But then I strategically kind of go around the map and pick up all the health packs and all those things. So I don't need to spend credits to upgrade my car.
Right. Interesting.
But then also, each race that you finish, you get what they call beat coins. And those beat coins you use for, more permanent upgrades and, upgrades that you can use in the game. But it just unlocks those abilities. So
I see what they did there. Made it sound like a Bitcoin. Is that what they were going for?
Yeah, well, I thought it was beat, like you're going to beat the game, but okay.
Maybe.
Well, it's funny. I looked this up it is on Steam, and it's like $27 or something on Steam, which is fine. But the previous game is a lot cheaper. It's like $5. So I've never played a Carmageddon game. Maybe I'll get the one that came before this, which apparently is called Max Damage. Yeah.
And
I'm looking at it, and I'm like,
recommend.
Wait a minute, it's got something called the U.S. Election Nightmare Special Edition because it came out in 2016. It's got Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump in the game. What the fuck is this? I can drive over Donald Trump? Oh, shit. What the fuck? I don't want to drive over
there
Donald
you
Trump. I
go.
am not engaged in that kind of shot.
Of course you do.
And like driving
Of
over
course
Hillary
you
Clinton is
do.
kind of messed up, but there's a part of me that's like, I don't know, man.
Yeah,
Why is it a Donald
maybe.
Trump penguin? What the
Maybe.
fuck is that? This is so weird.
I
There's a cow
I
with
would
his
say
hair. That's so bizarre.
Carmageddon, if you're gonna play them, I really enjoyed number 1 and thoroughly
Okay.
enjoyed number 2. Max damage, it's okay. But maybe go back to kind of see the roots, because that's when it's
Yeah.
also really wacky as well.
Sure, yeah. That's the sense I get, and so I don't know. Maybe maybe I'll take a look. We'll see. I'm not promising nothing.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Do you know what, Duke? I know it's meant to be you next, but as
meant to be
Arbaze has
me
asked about the PC,
Oh, fuck's
I
sake!
feel like I should give
If
it.
you cut
feel
off
like I should
anything
give
I
it
want
an
to talk
update.
about, I'm going to stab you.
I won't do. I promise I won't.
Okay.
So yeah, a couple of things have happened this week.
Thanks
So
a lot,
obviously
Fraser.
Last week,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, last week upgraded the. I've got an M.2 drive in there now, a 1 terabyte one,
Yes.
and also obviously upgraded the graphics card. So we're all fully souped up now and ready to go.
Okay.
So this week I bought a 120mm external fan because what I found happened was
Yeah, it was boiling hot
because I've
last
got
week.
it was fucking that you could have fried an egg on top of it. It was that hot. So I bought this 120mm fan with a controller on it. And you can plug it in, and I banged it on the side of the vent, into the PC. Turned it up full. Now works an absolute fucking treat, man. I was playing games, full blast, cupboard door shut. Had a feel slightly warm on the front. Actual case itself freezing cold, so no heat at all. Really,
Nice.
it was brilliant.
Okay.
But it's fucking noisy.
What?
So
I can't hear you over
it's
the PC. What'd you say?
Exactly over the fucking fan. The fan is noisy, so.
Jeez. Well, you're gonna have to
that
make a
is a
decision. You want
drawback.
heat or you want noise?
I know. Do you want a cool PC or a noisy fan? So I've gone with a noisy fan because obviously if I turn up the sound bar a bit, it drowns out the fan noise. So I'm like, it's fine. That being said, fuck me, this PC is a beast. So I played. What did I play today? Oh, I had Forza Horizon 6. And now I did try it at 4K on high settings, and it was fine. It was averaging between 55 and 60 frames a second on high settings on 4K. So that's pretty decent. But every now and again it would just have a frame drop. It would drop to about 30 and then spike back up again instantly. But it was about every, I don't know, 10 or 15 seconds.
Fuck off.
And
That's
it was
unplayable.
annoying
What the
as-
hell?
I know, it was annoying as all hell. I'm like, I ain't playing this like this.
It's not worth it.
So no, it's not worth it. So I put it on 1080p, ultra settings, and it plays like a dream. It is flat 60 frames a second, doesn't move, doesn't drop any frames.
Do you think you could
Looks
really be able
incredible.
to tell if it were on that other setting?
You could tell it was no.
No,
do you
I mean,
from
if the frames were the same.
visual wise.
You really
Yeah,
think you'd be able
you
to tell?
could.
Because I'm always so
was
invested in the
sharper.
game. I mean, it's a little sharp.
It
I just
was
feel like the
sharper.
diminishing
It was a
returns is-
little sharper. You could tell.
Personally, I'm just
You
who
could
gives
tell.
a shit,
But-
man.
Not worth it. It's not, worth it. Not
Definitely
for
not
that
worth it.
little
Yes.
fidelity improvement.
Yes, right. Okay. Well, we
Nah.
agree on that.
So it was absolutely fine. 007, same. Epic setting, 1080p.
Yes.
Fucking runs like a dream. Looks
Okay.
incredible. Yeah, and it's cost me, well, once I get rid of my old graphics card, it'll have cost me about 650 quid.
Yeah.
How many
Now-
hours of your time, Stu?
No,
Yeah,
not
that's-
many to be fair. Not many to be fair.
Well, no,
The
no.
upgrade.
Does that include all the hours of him talking about it on the show? Because if so,
Yeah,
we're at
that
like
is
10.
that is
Amazon.
a thing.
Yeah.
That is a thing.
And I think another 10 of
Um,
installing fans and switching out shit and being
no,
on hold with
the-
Amazon.
The upgrading itself, putting a new graphics card and M.2 driving took me 20 minutes tops, I would have said. It's about 20 minutes. And that's all I've done to it, really. Those are the only two things I've changed on it. So graphics cards are pretty straight switch out,
They
so
are pretty
that's
straight
quick
switch, that's true.
and easy. And the M.2 drive, luckily, once I'd taken the old graphics card, was really easy to get to where it went. It wasn't under anything tricky.
Okay.
And apart from adding the fan, which is literally plug it in and stick it on the side of the actual PC.
Okay.
What I found out today, though, I found out a little thing that I didn't know it did, which is kind of cool. So normally with a PC, when you press the on-off switch, you have to press and hold it to get it to actually turn off.
Yes.
With this, if you just press it once, it just shuts down like a normal, when you shut your PC down normally.
Interesting.
So I don't have to touch the menus. I don't have to just press the button on the front and it just turns itself off. It just shuts down normally,
Well, all right.
which is pretty damn cool.
I
Another
think
less
you could
thing.
probably change that on your like BIOS settings or something.
Well, that
can't you?
must have been what the guy had done. So when you press the button on the front, it literally just switches it. It just shuts the PC down. Well, it's also kind of cool. I've got it set up so it loads up into big picture mode in Steam. So I don't have to use a keyboard or a mouse. I can just go straight. It just goes straight into big picture mode. Obviously connect the controller and I'm away like a console.
That's great. I can't stand big picture mode myself. It's not my thing. I
No,
like the
well, I'm
mouse, I
fine
like
with it
the
because
keyboard.
it's Steam Deck in it. So
Well, if you're gonna Steam
doesn't
Deck it,
make
that's
any
fine. That
difference.
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, it looks
For
exactly
me,
the same
I'm
as
like,
Steam
fuck
Deck.
off.
Yeah.
Now, it does sound cheap. Everyone that like out there's figured, oh, that's cheap because Steam Machine's like £1,000.
This is
You've got
everyone's
this.
just thinking all that. Some of them are writing it down. A lot of people are calling
They're
up
writing it
their
down,
local shop
but
to
they're-
be like, how do I get this?
But how do you get that? Well, it's difficult. I was very, very lucky.
Stu
that
has
I
a
found,
guy, and you don't have that
There
same
was a
guy
guy.
that he's got.
There was a guy selling this on eBay, which was pretty much set up apart from the graphics card.
Yeah.
So I was very lucky to pick it up at the price because at the time I bought it, I paid £400 for the actual PC with the old graphics card in. Just to build that PC at the time with the same graphics card and everything else was coming in at about £750, nearly £800. So I almost got the original, the basic PC box for half price with everything in it. And all I've had to upgrade because it's got a decent processor already. It's not got DDR5 RAM, but it's got DDR4 and 16 gigabytes, which is fine.
Oh
I
God,
know.
you might as well throw that shit in the
Ugh.
river. Ugh.
I nearly
DDR4,
got a
you
bit
kidding
of
me?
sick. I got a bit of sick in my mouth
Fuck is
then
the
as I
difference?
said
Who
it.
gives a shit?
And it had a terabyte of storage already in it,
Yes.
and a decent motherboard, decent
Yes.
power supply.
Yes. You mentioned the motherboard.
So I was very, very lucky because I only had to do minimal upgrades
Yes.
to get it to a standard where it'll play pretty much any game on high to ultra settings now at 1080p,
Yes.
60 frames a second,
Yes.
all day long.
Yes.
But you've just got to be lucky, I guess. You've got to look out for someone selling one of these machines. And the guy who sold it to me is obviously a nerd and he looks after stuff. And the only reason he was selling it is because he'd upgraded to a proper racing rig.
The other thing you could do is go to build me a PC on Reddit and like put in the spec. I'm sure there's
You could.
probably a build that's
It's
like
gonna cost
an
you a lot
equivalent
more.
of.
It would
It's going to cost you
a
more
lot
than it
more.
costs Stu. But the point
Yeah, it
of
is.
Steam is building something that's not going to be as cheap as it would be if you built it yourself. That's a truism that continues to be true. And I just didn't want the hassle of it this time around. So I just went to Best Buy and got one off the shelf and it's worked great. I really love it.
What's happened since Steam Machine has launched? I mean, people are coming out, these companies are coming out left, right, and centre selling these pre-built Steam Machine-esque PCs that are more
because
powerful than
they've
Steam
sold
Machine
tens
for the
of
same
thousands of them
price.
from Steam. So it
Yeah,
seems
for
like
the
they're doing
same
pretty well
price.
so far.
Now, as an experiment, I have put myself in the virtual queue on the waiting list for one of these Steam, just to see how long I would have to wait.
Because it's
if I
all
wanted
random.
one.
That's the thing, is they're doing it randomly. They don't want people to have an advantage just because they don't have a job
No,
or whatever,
They're
which
not,
is nice.
No, they're not doing it randomly. So they're selling out of the first come, first serve for the first
That's not what I
shipment.
heard. I want to know what they said. Go ahead.
No, first come, first serve for the shipment. Once they were sold out, you went on a waiting list, and you're on the waiting list in the order that you go on the waiting list. So if
Well, that
there's
seems fair.
1,000 people in front of me already who went on the waiting list as soon as the Steam Machine sold out, well, they'll obviously get one before I do. So, but they're not. But it's one per person. They're not allowing any scalpers.
Good.
And you have to have had, I think it's a Steam account for at least 3 months. I think it's
Oh,
at least 3
interesting.
or 4 months. So they're not, if you just set up a Steam account yesterday, you can't get on the
Okay,
wait
so
list.
here's this is a press release from Steam on what's the date? Monday, the 22nd of June. They said, starting right now, you can sign up for the Steam Machine model bundle you're interested in. If you're busy now, no problem. You can sign up anytime before Thursday, the 25th of June at 10 a.m. Pacific. At that time, we will close signups and do a one-time randomization to determine the reservation and waitlist order. So that's interesting.
Yeah, so I don't know what that means.
They get a pool of
time.
people,
So they said
and then
we
they're just
underestimated customer
fit the
interest when
order.
we recently released the Steam controller, and we wanted to create a system that would be less frustrating and more fair to everyone. A launch that starts at a specific day and time tends to reward bots, people with fast internet connections, talented gaming fingers for quick F5 refresh reactions, and those who can schedule their life around that moment. By accepting reservation signups over the course of a few days without any incentive to be first, we're hoping to take away some of that friction. The longer time frame also allows us to do some extra validation on the signups to make sure they're real accounts with only one per household, which is awesome. I love the fact that they're not just saying we can make the most money by selling to bots and people who don't have a life.
Yeah, so if you do what I've done and go on the wait list, you'll just be put in the order that you're on the wait list. But the initial one was all randomized.
Right.
To
Yeah,
stop
okay. So we were both right.
Yeah, it's fair dues.
That's awesome.
Okay.
I love that.
That's cool, though.
Good for you, Steen. Thank you so much for giving a little thought to the fact that humans are on the other end of this, and we deserve something more than just, well, it's like Pokemon. Man, Pokemon's being ruined by these fucking scalpers who go there and push kids out of the way and get to the machine and just empty the fucking thing and then sell it on the internet. Like, fuck you. Let that kid buy some Pokemon cards first, you piece of shit. Sorry, I feel very strongly about this.
I managed to buy a Steam controller for Millie's boyfriend, Adam.
Dude.
I got it. I know I got one. It was quite impressive. So I got one when they were first released, and he loves it. Absolutely loves it. So yeah, he's loving it.
I'll tell you, man, I'm missing my Xbox One controller. This 360 thing's kind of a piece of shit. I'm ready to get my Xbox One back.
Yeah.
Hurry up and fix it. Quick save.
What makes the Steam controller special though? This is what I don't really understand. I think Duke was trying to mention.
So what makes it unique, I guess, to other controllers is because it's got the touch pads on there. You can play pretty much any type of game using it. So you can use what would normally be a mouse and keyboard game. You can play with it. You
It'd be
can
a
play
lot easier
strategy
to use
games.
the.
You can play.
You know, like the Glimmer game. You know, that puzzle game. You know, normally with a controller, you have to it drags the cursor around, whereas when you have a touch key, it's more responsive. It's easier to go where you want
it works like a normal mouse,
or
basically.
a touchpad on a laptop or something.
It's got all the extra back buttons, so if you're playing a strategy game, you can map all the controls to somewhere on the actual controller.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's this week's PC update. We're ready to move on.
There you go.
Okay,
no, move back onto you. Back over to you, Duke.
I played some more RuneScape Dragon Wilds for reasons you'll see in a moment. I didn't go too deep into that game this week, but I did play some of it, and I realized something which is a little bizarre because this is a very rare thing for gamers to say. I've learned that I don't actually like exploring. One of the reasons I like Skyrim is because it's like, go here and get me that thing from that cave, and there's a big arrow over the cave.
So
right here.
So you like exploring as long as you're directed.
As long as I'm told exactly where to go. I don't want to even explore. I just want to know where to go. And this is weird because a lot of people love exploring. But in Minecraft, I set up in a little spot. I'm going to stay in that spot forever. I don't want to go figure out what's near me or look at other people's builds. I mean, sometimes I'll look at other people's builds, but for some reason, exploring is not the thing for me. So Dragon Wilds is good, except that at a certain point, you have to go find... Like, for instance, right now I'm making bronze weapons. So you have to find copper, which copper's everywhere. Tin is more rare. So you got to go exploring to find the tin. And I'm just like, man, fuck that. The trees, obviously, are everywhere. So when you're making your house, you can just go outside. There's trees everywhere. I got to go hunting for tin. I don't want to go hunting for tin. Fuck off. Make the tin plentiful. Now, that's a minor gripe. I'm not actually upset about it, but I learned that about myself.
That dude, by the way, that is video games.
It's a lot of video games, but it's not every video game.
I hate to break it to you, Duke.
But this is why I play Minecraft on modded servers these days, because I can just buy
I was going to say, stuff's rare in Minecraft as well, though, isn't it?
But not on the servers I play on, because you can buy your iron.
I guess.
You don't have to spend 30 minutes looking for 5 pieces of iron. Because let's think about it. Why is that fun to spend 5 minutes searching
Yeah,
for...
but people like that stuff,
I know,
though,
I'm just
don't they?
telling you
Obviously,
I
it's
don't.
rewarding.
And the idea that that's the way video games are, I dispute that. I don't think we have to settle for that. Now, if you like that, more power to you. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I'm just telling you my
Those
preference.
people are all out there going, "Oh, you're fucking cheating, dude."
Hey, I give less of a
cheating, man.
fuck what they think about how I want to play
Fucking
video
cheating,
games.
dude.
They would probably say, "Oh, he doesn't do Sudoku after Wednesday, fucking coward." Whatever. I'm not playing to impress other people. I'm playing to have fun. And for me, it's not fun if I need to spend 30 minutes
Well,
to
you
find
should suck
5
less,
pieces of
man. You
iron.
should suck less.
You can suck at
Do
L
it
Bub.
real. Do it the real way, dude.
Sensory
Why don't you find the
overload. Sensory Overload is a game that Stu recommended.
I did. I love this game. You
And I-
hate it.
Played it right after I played it the next day. I downloaded the demo during our podcast. And yeah, I played it. And hang on a second. Let me put Sensory Overload.
No, he's gonna like it. This guy's gonna like it. Oh no.
Any other guesses? Kyle, you want to get your
I
guess
think you're
in?
gonna like it. I think
You're
you're
not
like
gonna
it.
like it. There you go.
Okay.
This game, I'm done.
I wanted to like it. There's things about it. I mean, Super Hexagon I played for a little while, and maybe
The
I'm older.
music is amazing.
The music's fine. I didn't find it to be amazing, but it was fine. But again,
You maybe didn't get far enough for the
I
drop.
did not get very far. I'll say that. And I realized
when the
that
drop comes in, it's fucking incredible.
this game is designed for you to fail a lot. And
Oh, you
I
do
just,
fail a lot.
Again, I don't like Dark Souls. Super Meat Boy is the only exception to that rule. And I don't know exactly what it was about Super Meat Boy. It might have been that time in my life. You know, I don't remember when it came out.
Do you know
but-
what's amazing though about this game? And I found this playing it. You're guiding the smallest of dots through what look like big gaps, but you still fail.
Yes.
Hundreds.
And
of
I
times.
think that a little more ability to make a sense of like where your boundaries are, you know what I mean? Like it's not just the dot. Like I mean obviously is the dot, but it's also like
it literally is just the dot.
I would like for it to make a noise when you go through it. I would like for there to be some indication of where you're going to be in a second or whatever. Whatever. It's fine. It's going to really do it for some people who like that punishing challenge of like making it through. I played it for like 5 minutes and I was like, yeah, I can't.
This game, I'm
I'm
done.
done with this shit.
I'll tell you what, Kyle. Play this demo as well, and then you can be the decider next week.
Or don't and save yourself a lot of grief.
Or don't, and save yourself some pain. But honestly, the first time I got to the drop on the level you're looking at on screen now, I was like, fuck it, this sounds incredible, and then I died.
Is it electronic music? Or...
Oh yeah,
it's
but
good
it
at
is-
EDM.
It's pretty. I mean, when the drop comes, and obviously I've got a Sonos soundbar with a subwoofer set up.
Of course.
Once the bass kicked in, it was the room was vibrating. I mean, this thing
See,
sounded
that's every time I
epic.
play Rocket League, because I'll put on a DJ mix from Tita Lau or whatever. and,
Yeah,
Guys,
who's the
this
other one
is
I'm
just
listening to
a drone
Rez.
training program. You do
Yeah,
you do
exactly.
realize this? Like
Yeah, pretty
this
much.
is to teach you how to
No,
fly a
that's the
drone.
thing.
I
in
did-
tunnels.
That's the thing,
Can I
Kyle.
just say-
it's not training. You're actually flying a drone through Iran.
Can I just
It's
say
a-
I
it's
did
Ender's
I
Game.
did
Oh my God.
improve. You know,
Of
every
course
time
you're
I
gonna
played it, I
improve.
got that little bit
Yeah,
further each time,
course.
little bit further, and I think that's where this game
that
gets
shit.
you.
Yeah.
Because even though you might have tried the same level 126 times,
yes.
that 127th time, you just get that little bit.
But that's not
further,
the
man.
game I spent all week playing. Should I hold off? You want to go next?
No,
or should I just
go.
ahead
No,
and do
you
this?
go. You go.
Okay. So there's a prelude. The prelude is a demo that I've had for a while called Modulus Factory Automation. And as you all know, those of you who have watched this space before know that I like a good factory game. I've played Factorio. I've played
You did.
Satisfactory. I've played Shapes 2 is a
You know,
great factory
you're on
game.
your holidays. You could be
I'm
playing.
on my
Claire
holidays. I
Obscure,
could be
getting
playing
that
Claire Obscure,
finished,
but instead I'm playing
getting it
Modulus.
finished.
Yeah. But again, I'm not playing my games right now in order to please other people. I know you want me to get done.
I
with that
didn't
game.
say you were.
I
didn't say
know.
you were.
But I do think about it when I sit down to play. There's a part of me that's like, I should play Claire Obscure, and then it's like, but I
And
don't
then
really.
Then your
want
brain
to.
goes.
There's not a.
Rocket League. Rocket League.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, well, and it's ridiculous because I have a reason all the time why I'm not playing Clair Obscur. During the school year, I'm like, I don't want that mental responsibility of keeping up with the story. And now that I'm on break, I'm like, I just don't feel like it. So anyway,
the angel's on one shoulder going, oh, you should try and get Clair Obscur finished. And the devil's going, Rocket League, fuck that, Rocket
I don't know
League.
that it's angel devil so much as it is just like, because what's the angelic reason to finish Clair Obscur?
Well, I was just
I know. But you know who you're talking to.
A representation.
Think too deeply about everything. So Modulus is about mining stuff. Every factory game is the same. You mine stuff out of the earth, you change it so it becomes this other thing. The thing that Modulus does, which is very interesting, is that you're actually working.
So what makes this different?
I'm about to tell you if you don't interrupt me, for fuck's sake.
What makes it different, though, dude?
Before you go on, I just want to find out what makes this difference.
Yeah, what makes it different?
What makes it different is after you play it for 5 minutes, a big sign comes up and says, "Shut the fuck up and let me talk." That's what makes it different. Okay, so what makes it different? I'm going to fast forward to where you're actually doing this part of it.
Oh, where there's something different. Okay,
Yes.
okay.
You are what you mine out of the earth is I think a 3x3 grid, or maybe it's 4x4 or something. And what you do along the way is slice it. And so you can make it into strips, you can cut it in half, you can cut it into 3 pieces or 4 pieces or whatever, and then you reassemble them. Or you have to dye, you cut it into strips and then you dye one of the strips black and you put 3 of the other strips on the side. And so that's the difference. And it adds an interesting aspect to it, actually. It's an intriguing
To be fair, do you know what, dude? When you talked about Factorio in the past, I'd be like, not for me that. But this now you're talking about slicing stuff up.
Yeah.
I might be interested in this game.
Well, there's also slicing in Shapes too, and Shapes 1 is like free, so you might want to try
now
those.
you've got me.
Because
Now you've got me.
Yeah.
Why are you slicing things up? Does it make different items or something?
Yeah,
No,
because
different
if you need a
Different
2x8
shapes.
wall, but you start with a 4x4 grid, you have to slice that 4x4 grid into 2x4s, and then you put some 2x4s together, and you get a 2x8.
Okay, but why
So,
are you doing
is this-
this?
Because
this
that's how you make
selling this to
robots.
you,
The
Kyle?
robot is composed of like 12 2x8 walls. You know how you make a robot
Okay.
out of walls?
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
done it before.
Do you not know how to do this, Kyle?
So
Have you been following what he's saying?
it makes perfect sense to make a robot out of walls.
Yeah, Kyle. What's the matter with you?
The point is
Okay.
that the other thing
And
it does
this,
differently.
Kyle, is why I would never play one of these games.
The
Never.
other thing that is different with this is that you don't have like an infinite canvas the way you have on Satisfactory or Factorio, Shapes 2. Shapes 2 has a little bit of this. You have islands. And so all the reviews say you don't have to worry about money, you don't have to worry about power, but what you do have to worry about is space, because you will run out of space and then you have to get another island in and then do some of the production on this island and some of the production on this island. And it's very easy to move stuff from one island to another. But I don't know. I had a good time with it. And I was looking at it, and I think it's like $20 on Steam, probably a little cheaper because it's the summer sale. And then I was like, okay, wait a minute. Is it doing anything that Factorio doesn't do? Maybe I should just go back and play Factorio again. And I went back to play
that's a valid
Factorio.
question. Valid question.
I mean, it does the slicing, which I've mentioned, but what I did
Of
was
course.
I went back to Factorio, and oh my God. I forgot how much I love Factorio. Oh my God.
Yeah, it's one of those games I actually want to try.
It's a free demo.
No,
dude.
Kyle, don't do it.
Do it. You
Don't
will
do it,
forget all
Kyle.
about
Don't
sensory
do
overload.
it.
Oh my God.
You
Because
give
here's the
a good
thing.
shake, Kyle.
I've gotten better at the basics of this game. So, for instance, you mine coal, and you start off with a pick, and you're just whacking at the ground yourself. But then you build machines that will mine the coal and mine the iron. I figured out how to put the coal on the left side of the conveyor belt and the iron on the right side, so that
thank
it's
God.
so much more efficient now. And the whole game is just making things more efficient and figuring out how to organize stuff. And I'm getting so much better every time I play it, and it makes the game more enjoyable. And I also play it on peaceful mode.
Oh.
So that annoying person that you were voicing before, Stu, is looking at me play
Yeah.
Factorio and going, "Oh, why are you playing without the monster?"
Yeah,
Now,
shit at
I
this
didn't
game.
totally turn the monsters off, but I put it on peaceful mode, which means when you get near them, they'll attack you, but they're never going to sprint. So I can handle that because, you know, they spit acid at you, but they don't chase you. So I really like that. So I'm playing. I just, oh God, it's so well. And here's the thing about this game: you have to explore at one point in order to get oil. Most of the things you need, your spaceship crashes at the beginning of the game. Most of the things you need are iron, copper, coal, water. There's plenty of that right where you start. Now, you will eventually go through all those resources, so you'll need to expand and find more iron elsewhere or whatever. You can bring them in. You get trains. I figured out how to set the trains up, and they're doing the cycles and bringing in stuff from outside. Oh, it's so satisfying when you finally figure that stuff out. But you do have to go find oil at one point. And I think if you're going to do nuclear power, you have to find uranium or whatever it is. So again, there's that exploring, which I was like, this sucks. I just want to know where the oil is. But here's the funny thing. I actually went exploring, and I went into all different parts of the map. No, seriously. I went to all these different parts of the map, and I was like, where the fuck is the oil? And then I looked at the big map, and it'll highlight where the oil is. I had gone by like 3 oil deposits without realizing it. And it shows up in purple when you look at the map. And I was like, fuck me, I found oil and I didn't even realize I found it. I didn't know what I was looking for.
Wow.
So that was ridiculous. But yeah, what can I say about Factorio? It's so good.
Complicated.
It's
I've
complicated.
seen some of the builds that people do on
But you got to be
Victoria,
careful though,
and it looks
because
like a
the builds
circuit
that
board. It's
people put, yeah,
crazy.
the builds that people put, and that's the other thing. If I go looking for like, how should I do this? They're not making those videos for beginners. They're making them for people who have also spent 7,000 hours playing this game, and they know what it means if you do a triple layer blueprint maximization of that. What the fuck are you talking about? I have a conveyor belt with ore on it. What do I do with it? You know what I mean? So it's easy enough when you have 2 items that need to be combined. When you have 3, everything gets a lot more complicated. So I'm finally learning how to do a factory build that has 3 ingredients. Yeah, and it's just so satisfying when you finally get it working and you can just watch it go for a while. Because the ultimate goal...
You see, in a way, I've been thinking about this.
Yes.
Right, because
tell us what you
Chinny's never played this.
No, he
Chinny's
hasn't.
never played this, but we do think he might like it, right?
Maybe. He said, well, I mean, yeah, based on what he did with Minecraft, he's basically built factories in Minecraft.
Apart from Minecraft, he's played another game, which I think actually is more similar to this than Minecraft,
Okay.
which is Prison Architect.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of similarities.
Because although that's people, it's very similar because you're making systems within the
Exactly.
prison and
And
designing
you want it to be
prison
efficient. You want the people
to be as
not have
efficient
to,
as possible, and not
right.
to knife each other in the shower, and not to,
Yes.
overrun the medical department with too many
Yes.
injuries, and make sure
Agreed.
everyone gets fed when they're supposed to.
true.
Make sure all the supplies and there's enough toilets and there's enough cells.
Yeah.
It's the more I think about it, the more similar that game is to this game, but just a completely different presentation of the same idea.
Yeah, it could
See,
be.
Chinny would find a way to capture the monsters and
Torture
get
them.
them to work
Yeah, he
for
would.
him in
Force them to
some
work, yeah,
way.
exactly.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, well, Factorio, the other
Mwah.
one,
Chef's
not
kiss,
for me,
baby.
but I love that you're so enthusiastic about these
Yes.
games. I love that.
They're so satisfying.
Okay, let's get around to looking at our Play My Game bit. Shall we do that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, bitch! Yeah, bitch!
Play my game, bitch.
Yeah, it's got the Breaking Bad connection.
Yeah, bitch!
This is where we all play the
So,
same game and talk
We
about
have
it.
all played this thing. So, Kyle, Dusk Fade. What did you think?
I liked it. Yeah,
Straight
okay.
in. Straight
What
in.
kind of game is it, Kyle?
Yeah,
So, when I first started playing the game, I immediately thought of Kingdom Hearts. Did you guys ever play Kingdom
It
Hearts?
does. It
didn't.
does have a look of that. Yeah, it does.
Very, very similar kind of vibe. Your character has got this cool, if I can say, is it a minutes? A clock, clock arm sword
Yes.
that you.
Yep.
It's also a
you
key.
Run around. And a key.
Yeah, it's also a key.
So yeah, it's you start off. It seems like you're in this kind of weird clock world.
Yes.
Yeah.
And something's happened to an empty
Well,
chair.
his
which
sister's fucked shit up is what I gathered.
Yes,
she-
and now
she
she's being
was-
held prisoner. Says damsel in
she was
distress.
emotionally unstable. Let's say
yeah.
she's busy on a project, and then all of a sudden, chaos happens. Doors break down, and we appear in this kind of weird, broken time world. Because in the beginning, it doesn't have a statement like "time is only illusion upon those who see time as time." You know, kind of
Yeah.
all that nonsense. But yeah, so you get into this world. It's very easy to play.
I feel like it's designed for kids.
Yeah, very very much so. But I can say I enjoyed it because it's a very simple game. You can just run around, kill things. It's not too difficult. I like the art style. What did you guys think of the voice acting on this, by the way?
I'm sorry,
I
before
thought
we
it
get
was
into the voice
alright.
acting, I gotta say, Chinny's in the chat.
He is in this,
He says, Jesus, I've been gone a month and you guys are still talking about me. God, how much do you miss me? We miss you so much, Chinny. The voice acting,
Yeah, we do.
at
No, we
times
don't.
it's good.
Cal's been great.
At times it's good. Other times, some of the NPCs, man, they got them high-pitched voices like, and it's like, shut the fuck up. And the dialogue is sometimes like, we're gonna be best friends. And it's like, what the fuck? I just met you. What are you talking about,
It's like,
best
no,
friends?
yeah, I think
No.
the thing even says maybe not that much.
Yeah.
So
So I mean, again, it's for kids. It's not meant to be, Shakespeare or nothing.
Do you know what though? I really like this game. I played it for ages. I just kept playing it.
I think I would like it better if
yes.
you could double jump.
Oh, I think I played this. Let me have a look. Let me have a look on Steam. I will tell you how long I played
did
it
you
for.
did you get to the point where you got like the chrono blast on your sword as well?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, that's quite cool. So it adds another kind of fighting element to the game.
I'm just trying to find. Oh, yeah, Dust Fade demo. I played it for just over 2 hours. So
Oh,
just
wow.
about
I played it for
yeah,
about
2
half
hours
an
of the
hour,
game.
and I was like, it's cute. There's nothing really wrong with it for me. I didn't find myself compelled to keep going. I was just like, it's
Yeah.
I
fine.
really liked it.
okay.
I thought it did a really good job of keeping you going. To be fair, because it's like, oh, you need to get to the mountain. So
But
you do the first
To
bit,
get-
and then
you need to get to
it's
the mountain
obviously-
in and of itself. Like, okay, and you just tell me I need to get to the
No,
mountain.
because
there's
there's
a million
all the-
games where I
because you
need to
gotta-
get to the mountain.
You've got to break all the strands holding everything
I know
together.
why
you
I need
know.
to get to the mountain. But the gameplay along the way, on my way to the mountain, wasn't compelling.
I thought
enough
it
to
was
keep
pretty
me going.
good. I
It's
thought
fine.
the platforming was fine. I thought the
It was
combat
good.
was okay.
Like I said, if you could-
if a little easy,
If you could double jump, I would enjoy it more.
if you could
Get
double
it?
jump.
For those who don't know,
I
it took
know,
me a
yeah,
long time
yeah.
to realize in Rocket League that you can double jump. So that's the joke. Now, so. Yeah, no, again, it's
But I
fine.
thought I thought it was pretty good. So I'm gonna defo give this a thumbs up.
Kyle,
Yeah, thumbs up for me as well.
sorry,
Yeah.
people, it's a thumbs down from me.
Oh.
And I
We
say
had
that
3
as some.
thumbs up last
I
week.
wish I could give it a thumb sideways, but I can't. I gotta take a position, and my position is I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy playing it very much. So sorry. Nope.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
well.
must say I played this in the morning, and my daughter was there when we were playing. It's just that it's an easy game. That again, she's even watching, and just it's nice that there's not too much carnage going on, and you can just play through it. So it reminds me kind of a Spyro or a
Yeah.
Yeah.
along those lines.
And it's satisfying. You collect the crystals. You break up the big purple crystal, and there's like 20 crystals in it, and ding, 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 ding. Like it's got that, visual audio feedback, and the graphics are lovely. I know we're not supposed to talk about. I mean, it's not that we're not supposed to be swayed by the development committee, but it looks like it's folks out of Spain. Is that right? Which I don't know how much video game development's going on in Spain, so that's cool that it's coming from a place where not a lot of video games come from. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, I mean the look of it, and that I'll be honest, it doesn't seem like they're bringing anything massively new to the gaming industry. It's just kind of it's a normal game. We've all played these before.
Yeah.
I do like the art style, and that's just the personal thing. It's very kind of fantasy and a little bit out there, which quirky, which I
Cutesy,
quite
kind of
like.
cartoony. The
Yeah.
blob ghost NPCs are cute enough.
Yeah, I don't talk to any of them, by the way. I
Yeah,
can't
I did a
stand-
little bit, and then I was like, "Ugh, I'm tired of this." So I
Yeah,
just
they got
kept it
nothing to
moving.
say. I'm just
No,
going to
they
move
really
on.
don't, yeah.
But yeah, and then the only other criticism I probably have of this game, and it's maybe something I've got to get used to, but when you go to the bells and you have to whack the bells to tell you kind of where to go,
Yeah.
I found it took me a little while to understand. It just kind of like focused your camera on the point you need
Yeah,
to
it
go.
just
instead
it
of-
just moved the camera in the direction you've got to go, didn't
yeah,
it?
instead of like showing you a path or something. So that's
Yeah.
maybe something I'll maybe changed in the game, but apart from that, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
All right. so-
Okay. Before we do emails and speak pipes, we have had a comment on the Spotify, on the shows.
So is this sort of like an
So-
iTunes review? A little bit?
A little bit,
Okay.
a little
This is
I'll
bit.
play
Yo,
that jingle.
Yo,
And it's got Chinny in it, which, oh, Chinny.
yo,
I miss you so much.
you want some iTunes reviews? You got to.
I should make that to be like, yo, you want some Spotify reviews? We got some.
So this is the first one. It says, Chinny has now left the podcast on a temporary basis, and that Duke seems to be playing more sound bites than ever. Fuck this show, I'm done.
A sound effect can never be overused.
By the way, speaking of sound effects, by the way, I wanted to play this for Antonio. He knows what it is. I mentioned it when Kyle was talking about the goons in Carmageddon.
Who is it?
Goons.
Who?
Hired goons.
Hired goons.
Oh, I love it. Thank you, Simpsons.
Brilliant.
So he's done
no,
because I
that
got too many
wasn't
sound
the-
effects.
That wasn't the comment. I made it
okay.
up. It's
Oh, I see.
fine.
I
It's
get it.
all fine.
I get it.
It's
Everybody
all
laughing at
fine.
a funny joke.
But no, the actual comment is from Carl Underwood. And last week we were talking about how you can get
Okay, how can you what?
GTA. How can you get GTA cheaper? GTA 6. Because it's pretty expensive. So how can we reduce the cost of buying this game? And
But
I
as
was
we
saying on
said,
Loaded-
adjusted for inflation, it's the cheapest GTA game ever. That's what Game Rant
It is.
found.
That is also true. But
I also don't
Loaded,
wanna play
Loaded are selling reduced price gift cards.
Yes.
So you can buy.
If you're
you can
okay
get
with
gift card
using a
with, I
gray
don't know-
market site, go to here.
Oh, shush.
I'm just, hey, not everybody
12
might feel the way you feel. Go ahead.
Not everybody's got money, Duke.
Sorry, do you mean CD keys?
But
Yeah, well, yeah.
If you don't have money, why not play an older game then?
These days.
or some free games.
Oh, stop being so pedantic. Anyway, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
So I said, go to Loaded. You can get a cheaper way of buying.
I'm sorry, are you speaking
GTA.
for yourself,
Loaded-
by the way? You don't have the money? Is that the thing?
Look, people is a fucking. There's a cost of living crisis, man. You know
And
about
yet
that in
you're building
America.
your own PC and your daughter's traveling all over Asia.
That's not the point. Anyway, here's the thing.
All right, what's the thing?
Carl Underwood, who listened to last
Yes.
week's show, he said Shop2 is cheaper for PSN credit than
Really?
Loaded.
Wow.
So I had a look. So I've had me a look, and at Shop2 currently, you can buy £100 gift card for PSN for 85 quid. So you can save yourself 50 quid.
There you go.
So you can
Okay.
pay 85 quid and you get £100 worth of credit for
How
your
does
account.
that work? Do they buy in bulk?
I have not a clue. You get 14% off.
Interesting.
So
See,
that's what you can.
I always love the idea of doing something like this, but I just don't have that ability in me to part with 85 quid to a company that I've never used before.
Oh,
And
Shop2's fine. They've been around
Shop2's
for
not
donkey
sketchy,
years.
is it?
I don't know.
It's
I
still
don't know in the
possibly
sense
a bit
that Shop2
sketchy,
was
but
bad.
they've been around for donkey's years.
Okay, can you buy me a card then, Stu? And then if it works, I'll send you 85 quid back.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
But here's the thing, right? If you want to buy right now, pre-order GTA 6, which I think is $59.99 or something in the UK, isn't it, for the standard version? Okay.
Yeah.
You can get a £70 PSN store gift card for £60.85. So by paying the amount that the game actually is, you'd be left over with another 10 quid to spend on whatever you liked.
Can I be frank here? Why do we even give a shit about this? Because it's
Well, if you don't want to pay 60
Cost
quid
of
for
living
your
crisis.
game,
Haven't you heard what he said?
Yeah,
Kyle?
man. What is the
Come
fucking
on.
matter with you?
Or
like
stingy
saying
matter with
cunts.
you?
You know,
quid.
either
It's
way, it's
You're gaining a tenner, man.
in order
we're
to
talking
let you know,
about-
Kyle. Shop2 is on Trustpilot, which reviews customers' experiences. Shop2 has a 4.4 average out of 5 stars based on 97,000 reviews. So that's an excellent.
It's a pretty good website.
got a
It's
good
been around for
reputation,
donkeys.
How much did they pay for that?
Yeah, 97,000
Yeah.
reviews seems unlikely to have been done just by bots.
I honestly can tell you, I've shopped in Shop2 fucking nearly since the show began, to be
Now
honest.
let's look at what the 1-star
Okay.
reviews say.
They've been
Yeah.
around a long time.
Yeah, I fully understand people want to save money, and that's great.
What you don't? Wait a minute. You don't understand people wanting to save money.
He says,
I
I fully
do.
understand that. He says he
However,
does.
we are talking again about one of the biggest games that's ever going to launch in our history,
Yes.
Yeah,
and it's going to be monumental.
yeah.
And we're
Why
talking
wouldn't you
about
want it cheaper?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll just pay full price. Fuck it.
I mean,
I
look,
should have a
no,
tenner
I
off,
agree
but
with
why
Stu in
would
the
I
sense
bother?
that it makes sense. Look, businesses always do what's going to do best for them in the bottom line. And I think it makes sense for customers to do whatever is going
Yeah,
to save them money.
absolutely.
And the only reason I wouldn't is if there's some sort of ethical problem, but I don't see that being the case here. So I think it makes sense
Yeah, I mean,
for
for
whatever
me,
it's worth.
I will announce to you guys now when this game comes out. Just be prepared for the if you ever want me on the show again, it's the only game I will be talking about for probably a year.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
So
it.
anyway,
So
anyway,
sorry, let me ask this
Carl,
question real quick, Kyle. Is that because you want, like, are you thinking like I want all my money to go to the developer, or are you worried
Yeah,
that
it's
if
a
you
bit
were to
of a
buy a
weird one.
cheaper version, then someone's losing out
'Cause
somewhere? and
do you know
worry
what?
that
Take-Two
Rockstar
need
won't
that money.
be- Well,
and Rockstar.
well, there is a question about return
do.
on investment because they're spending a lot of money. They want to, if they get a good return on it, then what we're saying to the company is we want more like this, please. Whereas if you go for the cheapest option, you're saying I want a cheaper game.
Yeah, but you're not. They're still getting that cash off you. You're
But
just
if
paying less for
everybody
your
does it
gift
the way
card.
you're doing it, then they won't get as much
Yeah.
cash, will they?
Of course it will, because that credit from PSN will go directly to Rockstar. So the £60 for the game will still be £60 to Rockstar.
Who's losing money and
Take-Two.
how?
Well, presumably Shop2 are just getting those credits cheaper from Sony, I would guess.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I suspect they're probably buying.
It's nothing to do with
100,000
Rockstar.
gift
Yeah,
cards.
no,
is
that's
not
fair, that's
losing
fair.
one
Okay.
penny.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Okay. It's different if you get a code
Come on,
on
dude.
some. Hey, I'm just trying to think
it's-
through
you're
this
not buying
process.
the game. You're putting
It's
credit on
okay,
your
it's
account.
okay.
They're getting
Yeah.
the whole amount, Duke.
Yeah,
Some
I
of these
think
reviews are
it's
ridiculous.
again-
On TrustAdvisor, this one person wrote, "The day after I purchased my voucher, they all go on discount. What a joke." That's not the website's fault. What the fuck is wrong with you? Do you know how
Anyway,
discounts work? You
Holy
moron?
moly. Anyway, Carl, thank you very much for the information. If you're unlike Kyle and you want to spend a bit less on GTA 6,
Now I wonder if Stu's
It's
getting
worth
kickbacks
getting-
from Shop2 or something.
it's worth getting credits either off Shop2 or Loaded or wherever you want to buy your gift cards
Agreed.
from
Agreed.
and save yourself a few pence.
Go
in
get
this
yourself
cost of
some
living crisis.
Shop2 gift cards.
But
people.
if you're mega flush, right, like Kyle, who's just going to buy a new car because his alternator might be broken. Can we just be clear on this?
You don't even know what car I drive, so.
This episode of The Veteran Gamers, by the way, is brought to you by Shop2 and
There it is.
Fiat. I don't know which car brand would be.
You know, if you like Kyle and you don't need the money and it's fine.
Yeah, says the guy
Just
who's
pay the
buying a
full
new
price.
gadget every week.
Yeah, but I still want the cut price because I've got a cut price.
Because you have
Steam
other
machine
gadgets you need to
for-
buy.
for 350 quid less than the Steam machine. So I'm always looking for.
Ginny
a
has
also
said
have
he
a
does all right
handheld.
about Stu more
You
than
also have a
anyone else.
handheld Steam machine
Yeah.
that you could use at any moment, and you did have a computer before this as well, which is probably
Yeah, but it was too
gathering
big.
dust.
That wouldn't have fit in the. No, I sold it. That wouldn't have fit in the living room. Hell, Steve, man, it was a
Come
huge
on,
tower.
Kyle.
Anyway,
Huge tower. 90 feet tall. Anyway.
So moving on. Last
Moving
week
on.
we did say
We need to talk news, by the way.
Do we do? Why? What news is there?
Uh-oh.
Ooh.
There's news.
Oh no, man.
There.
Oh no! Who
This episode's
invited
gonna be
Kyle on?
90 years long.
Okay, who? What the fuck?
Come on,
I'm trying to
Ginny,
move
come
on.
back.
He's got
You're
news.
stuck with him next week. You better be nice to him. He's going to have
Holy
twice
shit.
as much news next
Come
week.
on then, Kyle. Come on.
What's the
I'm
news?
sure you guys have probably heard about the announcements from PlayStation.
Oh my God! It's the end of the world. We're not gonna have physical games anymore. I haven't bought a physical game in like a decade.
They have announced that
they have.
physical disc production will be ending in January 2028.
Now, look, I'm just curious. Does this affect you personally, Stu, at all? Do you buy physical games at all these days?
Not for a long time.
Okay, Kyle, does this affect you personally at all?
I do like to have physical games every now and again, depending on the title.
I haven't even got anything with a disc drive on it anymore.
Me neither. What was the last physical game you bought, Kyle?
I last got Mafia: The Old Country.
Okay,
as
that's
a disc.
pretty recent. That's fair.
Yeah.
All right.
The thing is, there are pros and cons to having the disc versions.
Agreed.
Is you can just put it in and you can play it, and you don't have to download all the updates and everything else. That's great.
And you can get some cash back if you finish playing it and you want to just trade it in for another one.
Exactly. And the problem that I've got is if you don't have the disc in, you cannot play the game. So even if I want to play my PS Portal and stream to my PlayStation 5, I can't play the game unless it's physically in there, which is annoying. But obviously, this is going to have a huge impact on the gaming industry. I think they said that it's about 80% of their market is just digital games. So you can understand why they've kind of moved away from the physical side.
Sure. And it saves them money on not having to produce stuff.
Yeah, my real concern out of all of this, though, is there's no secondhand market once you start going to digital.
Definitely not.
And is that going to work in gamers' favor or is it not? Are we going to see more specials or are the prices just going to hike up?
I'll tell you this. That was a concern I had when I went to Steam, and I was worried about it. But to be honest, I have such an embarrassment of cheap and free games that I feel like as a consumer, I've definitely got the better end of this deal.
Yeah,
although yes, it was nice to...
PlayStation is not the same.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. But that's why everyone should go to Steam. It's just that I think that the benefits of digital gaming are significant, and I hope that some of that carries over to PSN.
Yeah, I hope it does. Again, is this going to be a benchmark for the other, is Nintendo going to work the same way? Is Xbox going to do the same thing? Or are they not? Because that's going to work in their favor. I don't know. I don't see a lot of people are making us probably a bigger deal than what it is. Let's face it. We created this market, didn't we? Because if
we did. I think the
versions,
issues come, and Jason has quite rightly pointed this out only in the last sort of couple of weeks or so. He did send an email, by the way, just to say Jason sent an email regarding this very subject.
Okay.
But the other thing he pointed out a couple of weeks ago is the amount of the license agreement with, I can't remember which film studio it is now, with a film studio ended with Sony. And basically all those films that people had purchased, so it wasn't just rented, it was purchased films that they had on their account, are gone. That is it. You can no longer watch them. You can't access them.
There's
no refunds.
Yeah,
there's anything.
There needs to be some accommodation, because that's where customers definitely do lose out. I remember when I first I got rid of my CDs. I had a huge CD collection, and then the Duchess was like, we're not moving that to the new house. So I got rid of all my CDs, and I had looked on Spotify to see, okay, which albums are on Spotify. I'll just keep the ones that aren't on Spotify. I didn't realize that licenses ran out. So
they just take them out.
George Carlin, most stand-up comedy that I had on CD is gone from Spotify. And that pisses me off, because it means that I don't have access at all now to a lot of comedy albums that I really, really like. So I think that's something that consumers definitely deserve to have, remedied in some way, protected. Exactly.
Yeah, it needs protected.
Now, at the same time, I will say that there's a lot of benefits, though, to being like, hey, we have this desire to watch this movie from 1993. I don't even have to leave my house. I can just do a Google search. Oh, it's on this streaming service, or it's on YouTube. I rent it, I watch it, piece of cake. And so I feel like it's been years since I bought a music CD. It's been years since I've used a DVD to watch a movie or a TV show. And I feel like that's the way all media is going. And I feel like it's just generally a good thing in terms of convenience.
I think there's a return of it, though. I mean, I've recently last Christmas, I bought a new CD player.
Hipster nerd.
And I've still got all of my original. And there's
vinyl
something
too,
nice.
Right? Audio cassettes.
Yeah, I have a lot of vinyl.
Sounds better when you have to use a pencil to unwind the tape.
No, I don't use a tape recorder. I draw the line at tape.
Oh, you're not that much of a
I'm not, but sort of vinyl and CDs. There's just something nice about putting a CD in and playing it, and it just sounds good. And it's just I have some loads of classic CDs that I really enjoy, and I don't have to search through Spotify for something. I don't have to.
I'm sorry, is that a
a
complicated
example,
process searching through Spotify?
Well,
You say that like
no,
it takes a
but then I
long
have
time to do a Spotify search.
But then I've got to connect it up to a Bluetooth speaker somewhere. I've got to turn that on. I've got to then turn my phone, go through my phone, turn that on.
enough.
And you need internet connection.
And then I
Let's
need
not
an
forget
internet
that, yeah.
connection.
That's true.
I don't need any of that shit with a CD. I just put it in. I've got speakers connected to it, and it just plays. And it's nice, and it sounds great. But a great example of what you're saying happened to me in the last 2 weeks. I've been listening to the Primal Hunter series on Spotify, which has been on there for however long. And I was something like 5 hours from the end of book 2. And then I got a message on my phone when I went to play it saying, just to let you know, this is no longer going to be available from the 27th of June. But don't worry, you've got 2 days left to listen to it, so we're not going to leave you hanging.
Listen to the whole
Actually, you
thing.
fucking are.
That sucks.
Because I didn't have 5 hours
right.
spare to listen to the last of. So now I've
That
been
sucks.
left with something like 3 hours of the book left to read or listen
bogus.
to,
Yeah.
and without going to Audible now and getting a fucking thing there and getting that book for 3 hours, which is a 28-hour book.
Right.
Yep.
That's
I'm just like, what? That is fucked.
yeah.
Stu, I think you got to realize what your priorities are in life. And
I know.
Yeah, really. Why do you
Don't
have to sleep
worry.
so much? Just stay up and listen to it.
Don't worry, I have come up with a plan
Oh yeah.
to complete this
The
book.
shop too
So
have, like vouchers.
no,
for
no, no.
audio?
One of the guys who I work with, Danny, shout out to Danny, is a massive Audible listener. He has got hundreds and hundreds of books in his library. He recommended Primal Hunters. You need to listen to it. It's
Did he
amazing.
give you his login?
No. So what he's going to do, because I've worked with him, and in the afternoon I'm just prepping and there's no one around, so I can stick an earbud in my ear. I'm actually going to borrow his phone off him
Ooh.
and listen to connect my Bluetooth earbuds and listen to the last 3 hours while I'm working.
And maybe order a human kidney on the black web
Oh,
while you're
so
at it.
and then
He's gonna
then
give you
what
his
I'm gonna
phone.
have to do-
Man, look, I love y'all. You ain't getting near this fucking phone without a
He's always-
serious fist fight.
He's lending me his phone. While he's
Everything is
working
about us is
outside.
in our phones.
What do you want to do with it? I'm just listening to a book.
Order 7,000 pizzas and not pay for them. And
I'm
then
not going to order 7. I'm literally
order
going to listen to a
100
book.
vouchers on
What's just-
Shop2, man. You got someone else's phone in your hand. Why would you not do
it's
that
just get
stuff?
1 month
Fine.
Talk
free
about
on
angel and devil
Audible.
on your shoulder.
No, because here's the thing, Kyle. Have you listened to what I'm saying? So
He's
I'm
working.
not
He wants to
gonna get.
multitask and listen while he works.
I'm not going to get a fucking month of Audible for 3 hours of a 28-hour book.
What I
might
thought he
as
would
well
do is
get
like
the actual.
he'd play it through his Audible
Next.
and then he'd just like hold it up next to his phone so that you
No.
can play it to your phone.
Next, get the next book in the series to actually listen to in full,
It's too funny.
rather
man.
than fucking waste an Audible credit on 3 hours.
It is ridiculous to pay a full credit for 3 hours of a book. And I
For 3
again,
hours of a book that I've nearly finished.
could you not? Because Spotify lets you download. Could you not? I guess the license cuts the download too.
No, it's gone. The book is no
I know
longer
it's gone
even
now,
there in
but
the library.
yeah.
It's gone. It's all gone.
I have heard before. And
play it into a
I'm
tape
not
recorder.
suggesting this to anybody, but if you run a search on Spotify, you might get links to certain books that are probably not licensed in the correct way.
Maybe. No, I have tried to do that. The only things that come up are like podcasts and stuff that people have done about Primal Hunter.
Well, just listen to that.
If I lived in
the same
France,
thing.
if I could understand French, I'm golden. They've got all of the books in French.
C'est
Let's see
l'heure
for the class of one.
d'écouter en
Yeah,
centre de français.
but English,
C'est la
not so
belle langue.
much. Not
Now,
so
let me
much.
ask you this, Stu.
It's
Actually,
just
here's an
gone.
interesting thing. In the U.S., a lot of public libraries have access to a lot of audiobooks for free. Did you check that out?
They do in this country, but they only have a small selection, and I would be absolutely amazed if Primal Hunter was one of those.
It couldn't hurt to check
You
it out.
could be right.
You did a
You
lot of
could
research
be
for
right.
Shop 2 and whatever, but no, it's fine.
So you
could be right,
haven't
but I
even looked.
doubt-
That's what you're telling us. You
I
haven't
would be
even
have.
looked.
surprised.
I
as
need to
well.
go and get a new library card before I can even think
We
of
do
doing
have
that.
50 Shades of Grey if you want to
That's
listen
a
to that.
hassle. Yeah, I probably could get that. I would imagine that'd be on there.
Right.
It's not Primal fucking Hunter, all right?
So,
Anyway, thanks.
All right, are we done with the
Along-
news, or is there more news?
Thanks for
with all of this,
fuck all.
Yeah.
sorry, there was one other announcement
Okay,
on
yes.
PlayStation. Obviously, whilst this was going on, that's taken the main center of attention here.
Wow, you actually put links
but
in and
just so-
stuff.
But
This is
just so
amazing.
everybody
I know.
knows,
This guy's
PlayStation,
professional.
PlayStation 3 and PlayStation Vita stores are also going to be shutting down. If you still
That's
want
not a shocker. I mean, those things are old at this
I mean,
point.
I still have a Vita, and occasionally I do go onto the store. The store has not changed in, I want to say, 2 or 3 years. Nothing's
And
changed.
when
so
was
I'm
the
not
last time they
surprised.
made a new Vita game?
Yeah, it's not happened. So, but obviously there might still be other people that still have these things and still use them. So, yeah, worth them knowing.
Do you still get to keep the games you bought though? Are they still available?
I think so, Stu. I haven't looked into it that much. I'm assuming you do. You
That would
must
be
be able
interesting.
to
For
still
next
download
week,
them,
have a do a bit of research, find out if the licenses are still going to stay in place for those
Okay.
Vita games. That'd be interesting. Anyway, that being said, we have
Well, you're saying
got
that
one
wasn't
email.
interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting. No, I'm just saying that's also interesting. All right. Hell's teeth, man. All right, let's do the one email that we have got.
Oh wait! No, don't play this. No, I have a different email song. Sorry, hang on. My bad. Here we go.
What?
This is. I got a
Holy
different
cow.
email. Settle down, Beavis.
Okay.
Boom, tick, digga digga dick, email, boom, tick, digga digga dick. What? I'm doing.
All right, that was a good email song.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was a great email. As we know, Jason sent us a big list of games, which I thought he had compiled himself, for us
Yes.
to discuss. So it was the best indie game from each year from 2010 onwards, I think it was, and the best AAA game for each year onwards.
Sure.
And I thought he spent all this time creating his list, but no, he has now clarified that AI created the game list.
Oh, fuck off! I don't want to listen to a
I'm
robot
not-
tell me which games are coming.
I am not doing $100 rentals where full Wisconsin is where it's at. Hey, veterans, the best of list that I said last week is not my personal list. It was Google generated. One list indies, one list AAA. It has Miner the Hollower as best indie game of 2025. The game didn't even come out in 2025.
Yep, that's fine.
I just wanted to use the list as a reference. So you guys know I do not appreciate buying a digital game license. I don't mind digital games. I actually prefer not having to swap discs all the time. My problem is that games will be taken away from the buyer at some point, which is true. Stuff gets taken away all the time. I think the only thing I would say about Spotify is I didn't own I hadn't paid for the book.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
At least it was
right.
just part of my subscription. It's not like
yeah,
I
that's right. Yeah. It would be different
It's
if you
not like a
actually
bought
shelled out money
credit.
specifically for
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
It's not like I'd used a credit at Audible and then they'd taken it off me, which
Right.
would be even more frustrating. Sony need to work around the license issue, so my games are my games. People will buy far less digital new releases at full price. This will hurt their greedy pockets even. 70 to 100 bucks to rent a game. No, thank you. Because that's essentially he's not wrong, is he? That's what you're doing. It's just a long-term rental.
Yeah.
That's what when you're paying this set your 70 quid, or if you get the super duper special edition of GTA 6, which is what, about 100 quid, it's 100 quid to rent a game for a finite amount of time. We don't know what that finite amount of time is because they won't tell us, obviously, but potentially at some point they'll go, oh, it's not available anymore, this.
I mean, that's possible, but
imagine-
on the other hand, I've never lost access to like 2 Steam games in my 5,000 game library. So
Yeah,
it can be
which
done
it
in a
doesn't
way
happen
that's...
very often,
The,
but
the
and
other
I
thing
doubt-
that we haven't talked about is if you die, you can't bequeath your game
Yeah,
library to
you
somebody else,
can't.
which you
You-
should
you
be
just
able
have
to.
to-
That really should happen.
You have to surreptitiously give someone your password before you
Yeah,
pop
I
your
get-
clothes.
Well, I don't know
That's the
that's
only
gonna-
way you would be able to
I'm
do it.
not necessarily going to be thinking about that if I get hit by a bus. Oh, give my
What-
Steam
so-
password to so-and-so.
Yeah, just put it in
it's
your
only
will.
allocated to a person, so you can't put in your will and say like,
No.
No, you can't say I give all my Steam games to Joe Blogs.
But you should.
Ah.
Because there
When
was a
I
kid
die.
whose dad died, and he was like, "Oh, I'll have his games." And, no, you won't, kid. Steam was like,
No, you
"Fuck
won't.
you." Anyway, go on with
The
Jason's
license
email.
to the person. He says, happy 250th America. I've been around the world.
Yeah.
And Texas is the greatest place on earth. The only downside is there are too many assholes. There are too many assholes from around the world moving here, and a few from Mars too. Don't get me wrong, there are some nice people. They've probably got too many guns in Texas as well. That's probably a thing.
There are a lot of guns in Texas.
There are a lot of guns in Texas. There are
Sounds
some
like
nice
a country
people.
song.
Yeah, there's some great. There's too many guns in Texas.
No, that would not be the chorus. A country song about guns. Come on.
shooting
There's
up
just
the
barely enough
champagne.
guns in Texas. That would be the chorus.
I've shot too many people in the face.
Again, you think that country singers are bemoaning the idea of shooting people in the face. They would be like, I want to shoot more people. in the face. Sorry, go on.
There are some nice people coming too. But if you're adding to me being stuck in traffic, please move to Wisconsin. Plenty of land next to Duke, I understand.
That is true. We do have a lot. Although Texas is very
please-
big and there's a lot of. He's just talking about in the cities. It's very crowded. which of
Please
course.
move to Wisconsin. There is no traffic. Plenty of goats and yellow snow cones.
They could move
Wisconsin
to West
loves
Texas.
you.
There's room in West Texas, right, Jason?
Jason. There you
Come
go.
on.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know.
By the way,
Anyway,
you
thank
asked
you,
Stu when
Jason.
the last PS Vita game came out. According to digitalfoundry.net, Astro Aqua Kitty was released by TikiPod in April 2021.
Wow,
So
so that's only
that's-
5 years.
Yeah.
And a bit.
Yeah.
5 and a bit.
I don't think anybody played that one.
I don't think
I've
so.
never even heard of it. Well, thank you, Jason. We
Yes,
won't
thank you,
be
Jason.
reading your Gemini fucking generated lists after all of that.
Yeah.
Because here's us thinking it sent us genuine lists of
Something he
Actually,
had
do you know what,
curated.
Jason? As a penance, you can now create 2 lists for us and no Gemini or AI involved, and send them to us for next week's show, and we will discuss said lists. How about that?
I probably won't know most of them, but that's fine.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, dude, we have got one speak pipe. Let's listen to that. And
Hang
then
on one second. Before we move on, I want to let Jason know that I just asked Gemini to explain why we aren't going to read Jason's list out. So here's what Gemini has said.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, it's given us some options because it's a very vague prompt I just gave it, right? Why shouldn't we read Jason's list? Option 1, the no time / overwhelmed approach. Hey, Jason, I know you put a lot of effort into putting this list together. No, he didn't. But honestly, my plate is completely full right now. This is telling me to lie. Now, I don't have the bandwidth to give it the time or attention it deserves. So I think it's best if we skip it for now. All right, option 2, and I'll only go through 3. I don't know how many. I gave us 3. Okay. Option 2, the brief and direct approach. No nonsense. Thanks for sending this over, Jason, but we've decided not to go through the list. We're focusing our energy on mention a current priority, e.g., our current project moving forward in a
Speak
different
pipe.
direction.
No,
right
we're
now.
concentrating on the speak pipe.
That's what I should put in the brackets. Thank you. Option 3, the different direction approach. This is the professional approach. We appreciate you putting this together. They all start with this bullshit about how much we appreciate you putting it together with AI. But looking at it, it doesn't quite align with what we're trying to focus on right now. Because of that, we're going to
I think that's pretty accurate.
We're going to pass on diving into it. It's made up by robots, so we had a robot explain to you why we're not roboting your robot thing.
I like that. I like
Here's
that.
a speak
That
pipe
last
that was
one, I
not
think.
made by a human.
Perfect.
I said it wrong.
Pipe, it's the way to leave a message for us.
All right, here's the speak pipe from Saint Diesel, and I assume it was not made by a robot. That would be so funny if he had a robot make this. All right, Saint Diesel. Wait, I got to turn the volume up. Pump up the volume, pump up the volume. Dance, dance. All right, here we go.
Hey, veteran gamers. There's been lots in the gaming news this week, but I wanted to talk about GTA 6 today.
We've been talking about it.
It's supposedly coming out on November the 19th this year, and it seems as though that's going to be the date, but who knows? But I'm getting distinct Cyberpunk 2077 vibes about the game. We've seen no gameplay so far, even though it's coming out in November, but there's still over 4 months to go, so that could change shortly. But it's had not even shots of the gameplay shown, and there's going to be 2 different SKUs at launch, one with more stuff in it, what you're paying the $20 for, or the pound equivalent, which I always think is a bad idea to start off with 2 SKUs. especially since there's not going to be a PC release at launch, and who knows, maybe a year or so before one comes out. And
I can wait. More time to play Factorio.
It's not going to be a physical game at launch. There's no disc versions, and may never be a disc version. Who knows? Supposedly for security reasons, but it's going to run at 30 frames. Most people seem to think, which is something I didn't think I'd be saying this far into the current generation, which let's not forget was over 5 years ago now. But I'm hoping GTA 6 is going to be a 10 out of 10 Stone Cold classic, but we'll hopefully see a nice review from Mr. Chin when he gets his hands on it. And that's it for this week.
Oh, wow, there's no question or anything. There's a question coming. Usually there's a question.
No, well, I think we can dissect a little bit of what he's sort of mentioned there.
Well, sure.
Okay, so one of the things he was saying is that there's no, it's only going to run at 30 frames a second. I think that'll be on Xbox Series S, standard PS5. I think on the Xbox Series X and PS5 Pro, they'll try and hit 60 frames a second. But, and here's the other thing you've got to think about. The gameplay we have seen, and we ain't seen a lot. All we've seen is put together, potentially pre-rendered. I don't know whether it says on the trailers that we've had so far for GTA 6 that they're in-game engine or not. So I don't know whether that's true or not. I could be wrong. If Chinny were here, I'm sure he'd be telling us one way or the other.
He's in the chat. Come on, Chinny, tell us what you think.
Yeah, he's probably not there anymore. He probably isn't even in the chat anymore.
Historically, GTA only shows in gameplay footage. I mean, even the
I think it will be.
and
I do
everything
think it
is
will
actual
be.
gameplay.
That makes sense.
I don't think it's going to be pre-rendered or anything like that. So I do genuinely believe the game will look like they've shown us in the trailers. But when you look how realistic those graphics look, I think a lot of systems would struggle to, have that sort of quality of fidelity and graphics and, on anything on a base model, because they're just not going to get more than 30 frames a second.
You know what the thing is, that Rockstar are, well, from what I playing the games previously, is again the way they optimize their games to be, to fit everything in. They do a very good job. They aren't just making it to sell it. They've obviously postponed this. It's been a long time in the making. How much did we see of Red Dead Redemption 2 before it came out? I mean,
not
personally,
a lot. I
didn't see anything.
Rockstar just don't do that. That's
they
not
keep their cards
stick.
very close to their chest. That's something.
Yeah,
they
never release gameplay demos.
They
never
know that
show
their
it at any shows.
name has so much weight, so they don't have to dazzle people with the tantal. I mean, they tease to get people excited, but the quality of their past work is what really sells their games.
Yeah. Agreed.
They don't have to make crazy promises that they may or may not be able to keep. Don't. Which I think is really smart.
And the other thing is, right, all these people who are banging on and going, will it be 60 or 30 frames? Will it be 60 frames a second now? What all the shit if it's not? It doesn't matter. Unless you're playing an online multiplayer game, 30 frames is absolutely fine for an action-adventure game that's cinematic. It doesn't have to be.
It's not going to be that big a deal.
60 frames a second.
40, 45... Like, that's certainly playable. I mean,
well, 30, it won't be. If it's on a console,
30's a little
console, it'll either be 30 or 60.
Preferences.
There won't be any, in between. It won't be a variable frame rate like you get on the PC. It'll be locked at 30 or locked at 60.
But sometimes that's for the best, though, isn't it? Because
because you optimize it for that frame rate.
Yeah, you get used to something.
If you
and
start
then it
at
just becomes,
60,
and
on all of a sudden it drops to 30, you can definitely see, some kind of a difference.
Yeah,
there.
you just want it solid. You want it just fixed at one or the other. And for, like I say, for an action adventure game, it really doesn't matter.
Yeah,
it really isn't that big a deal. I think, like I say, PS5 Pro, Xbox Series X, I think they'll probably aim for 60 frames. For the base consoles, they'll probably aim for a locked at 30 and have it in the like a quality mode.
Well, again, these companies are even GTA 5. I saw a short video the other day of how much they've improved GTA 5 over these years as well.
Yeah,
and you kind of forget about it. We've played it, we've done it, but when you actually see the comparison of like an at launch versus what it is now, even the normal kind of game, the offline mode, visually it's really impressive what they're doing.
Yeah.
Again, I hope it's not going to be Cyberpunk. That's, I suppose, everybody's fear is. We've overhyped this game, but I don't see
think
Rockstar
has ever released a game that's apart from
GTA,
the San Andreas remake.
Yeah.
That's best.
I mean, there's a
forgotten.
first time for everything. It's
of,
not as though it's impossible, but it's very
but
unlikely.
new IPs, new games. I don't think they've ever released anything that's less than polished within an inch of its life. So I don't think you need to worry about
seriously. I agree.
Yeah, they do.
Yep.
They do.
All right. Anything else about?
And the fact they've had, 2 delays, 3 delays now at this point?
Yeah.
I've lost count.
Yeah.
They've done all those delays for a reason.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Well, but thank you, Derek, for your points.
Thank you, Derek. We appreciate it. Speed type as always.
So it's time for some shout outs and get the hell out of here.
Yes. Where is my thing? Oh, here it goes.
It's time for a shout out. Hey!
So Kyle, as a guest, off you go.
I will start again. I do just want to say to you guys, first of all, thank you very much for the show.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I know it sounds a bit silly. Obviously, I've been listening for a couple of years now. I think, well, year, 2 years. But the thing is, you guys don't realize you've made a community of people, and that all kind of they're sending you stuff and getting information. It's entertaining. I listen every week, and I'll be honest, it makes my week when I can listen to the games you guys are playing. So first of all, I just want to say thank you very much for the effort.
Oh,
that's very nice.
Very kind of you.
And yeah, just shout out to everybody that's listening. Shout out to the family on my side as well. And that's about it from my side.
Okay. I'll go next. First of all, shout out to you, Cal, for helping fill in.
Yeah.
And I don't know what your wife's name is. What is your wife's name, by the way?
Rachel.
So big shout out to Rachel for allowing you to help us out, because without that permission, you wouldn't be sat here helping us. So thank you very much. Thank you very much, Rachel.
It's not just okay, yes, you can do it. It's also, I'll take care of the kids
you're
while you're
very kind. You're very kind to let him do this.
You've seen I'm not showing you my bottom half. It's all
so we don't want to see your bottom, Carl.
Hey, speak for yourself there, Stu. Come on.
Yeah, well.
There's certain things you got to do when you're a guest host here. We'll talk about it after we stop streaming. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Well, we're on camera.
But I wanted him to be on private camera.
And a shout out to Chidi, who has no checkpoints at the moment with his 2 kids. So I'm hoping everything is going as smoothly as it can be. So
definitely.
But there you go. Over to you, Duke.
That's right. I will shout out The Simpsons because they're awesome. Play a thing, you stupid yarn. Come on. Oh, for God's sake.
Everyone laugh at the funny joke. Ha ha!
All right. Yarn used to be cooler. Anyway, shout out to my friends John and Colleen. Happy anniversary. Happy birthday, Colleen. And shout out to the Duchess, because there was some frustration and stress this weekend, and she's always a calming force in my life, and I'm very grateful for her. Shout out to Kyle for subbing in. Shout out to everybody who showed up in the chat. Chinny, of course, Fraser, Mr. Night Lore, Soul Brother 1, James Bevan. I agree with you. Actually, I was just saying what you said to somebody at one of the gatherings today, Kyle, about how, because I was wearing the Veteran Gamer shirt, someone mentioned something's happening in the U.S. right now. I was like, yeah, something's happening. So I held up the shirt. But I mentioned, we had to do the video game podcast. That's why we had to leave early. And I was just, the woman I was talking to was very interested in the idea that we've been doing the show. She's like, how long have you been doing that? And I was like, oh man, like, what is it?
2008.
2008. So
it'll be 18 years.
18 years. Yeah, it's been a while.
18
so
years,
she was impressed
people.
by that, and I was, talking about, one of our hosts just had a baby, and the joy is so much more when it's a community taking part in that exciting, positive thing, and also when someone passes, as we've had a few people who've died. The pain of it is shared, and it's therefore a little less. When something bad happens. And I think that's the real value of any community. And it's rare that an actual online community can actually take root and sustain itself for a while. And that part of that is through the sheer force of us just refusing to not talk about video games online. But it also has a lot to do with people being in touch and reaching out and sending stuff. And we really appreciate all of you. So thank you, everyone who's listening and everyone who's been a part of the Veteran Gamers, especially the Patreons. I don't have the list right in front of me, but we appreciate everything you do for us.
Give us some money!
And Jason.
Money.
Thank you, Jason.
And Jason and Saint Diesel for being very reliable. Not Derek.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sending stuff out, not Derek.
Yeah.
By the way, whilst we're on the subject, we haven't had it apart from Jason and Derek sending stuff. We haven't had any emails off anyone else for a while. So
we need some emails. Fresh blood.
Yeah.
People.
If you want to tell us something, you want to ask a question, you
Yeah,
want to just
fire away.
give us some info.
What have you been playing?
You know, like we got on Spotify this week, telling us go to shop 2 because it's you get
Yeah,
more
that's a
often
good
than you
reason to
do
get in
at,
touch. See,
you
they
know,
don't always get in
loaded.
touch the traditional ways. But
Whatever.
what is the
Yeah,
email
you-
address that they should write to, Stuart?
Well, it's funny you should ask that, Duke,
Yeah, it
because
is.
that email address, and write this down if you're going to do it, it's vgpodcastuk@gmail.com. It's dead easy to remember.
VGPodcastUK@gmail.com.
Gmail.com.
Isn't
It's
on
very
this
easy.
like summary as well? I think you guys
Yeah,
put that on there.
probably. I don't know.
We
I'll look at
do.
that.
We do. It's up there if you
I
want
don't
to.
have
You can
time
just
for
click the
that.
link in the show notes. You
Just
know,
do
you can
it.
all-
I did it. Look where
Just
I am
do
now.
it.
Ain't nobody got
Just
time
do
for
it.
that.
All right, are we
Anybody
done?
got time for that? We are done. So thank you very much
Thank
for
you,
listening,
good night, much
everybody.
love. All right,
See you
show's
next
over.
week.
No refunds. You heard the robot. Get out.
Won't you? Won't you? Won't you? Why don't you just switch off the television set and go and do something less boring instead? Sitting at home, watch TV, turning up. Why don't you? Why don't you? Go, go, go.
Oh, spaghetti.
Ain't gonna get nowhere with that.
By the way, Khaled, you heard the Burnley girls talking about ice cream before, or is that a
Never.
new thing?
Never.
Hey, you're bringing
Yeah,
culture
no.
to people here.
Yeah,
You're
but
getting nowhere with that.
yeah, but it's brilliant. I do want to find the video because I do think I want to actually show it to my wife. At some...
I should have it
What's it
here.
actually called?
If you just literally just Google
8-year-old twins
Burnley
rant
girls.
over ice cream prices.
watch
Yeah,
Shopping.
two
Here, I'll
two
send it
ice
to you.
creams for £9.
I'll send it to you in the
Two
chat
ice creams
here
for
on the, what you
£9.
call it.
It's
Yeah.
so
Where's the
easy
chat?
to find.
Oh, here's the chat. Okay. Yeah, I just put the
Okay,
YouTube
I'll-
link in the Zoom chat there, Kyle. So
Oh,
Which is
wow,
brilliant.
look at this. This is technology.
yeah, what a time to be alive.
By the way, I was talking about it at work, and it's amazing how many people, because I work in Burnley, have never seen it, or never
Oh,
heard of it,
come
didn't
on.
realise it was a thing. And I showed them, and they all laughed. And then I said, have you ever seen the Sherloid by Sherloid video? This is from before TikTok even was a thing.
I'm not looking this one up.
Sure, like the singer.
Yeah, you know Cher Lloyd, who was on The X Factor
No.
donkeys years ago.
I
I
thought
mean,
this
this is
has been
old.
Have
Sure.
an encyclopedic
No,
memory of
Cher
everyone
Lloyd.
who's been on X Factor. Come on, Kyle.
Sure, like no, but this is because it's such a funny video, and it's these two girls who are about to obviously do a Sherloid impersonation, like videoing themselves, and it's just a funny video.
Who doesn't know about that?
These two never heard it,
Neither of them.
never knew about.
I'm in the
Sherloid
United
by
States,
I know
Millie.
sh-
What the fuck? How do you expect me to know this shit?
Sherloid.
I know,
Yeah, but
sure.
look.
Do you believe
Duke,
in love?
Duke, I
and
get.
love?
Kyle,
No.
we can let
No.
Kyle off. He's South
That
African.
is like peak British culture.
This
Take
is
that,
Billy telling
Shakespeare.
You, now, you might get a sound bite out of it, Duke. To be fair,
I ain't
When
looking it
I-
up.
when
If
I
you
did-
send me a link, I might look at it, but I'm not gonna
I'll
be
send you a
proactive.
link. I'll send you a link.
All right,
I'll
I gotta
look it
run.
up
It's
when
been
I
a
need
kind
to
of
do
a
my
busy day,
visa
y'all.
test.
Thank you all
Okay,
so
I'll
much.
put it in the show now. I'll put
Yes.
it in the show chat.
Okay.
Okay.
Have a good night.